see a conspiracy been fooling me. When I watch TV, they're manufactured views all over the news. It's giving me the blues, and it's time to choose. Starting to wake up from this sleep, from all the lies they spread that run so deep. But I will laze no more. Who are they fighting for? It isn't me. But now I see there is a new world order, but we're not invited. So much blood and murder from the drones unsighted. World War III is haunting me. I've got to find a way to save my family. The human race has lost its way. We put our trust in science, but it's us who pay. Used to be civilized, but we've been compromised. We're on a one-way train. We've got to break this chain. Starting to see that we should be free. The powers that be want a piece of me. Should I do what they say or tell them go away? What is the price for freedom? 'Cause it should ring free. The time has come to raise the bar. There'll be nowhere to hide if there's a third world war. So let your voice be heard and let your heart decide to stand and fight for freedom while you've still got time. Wake up, wake up. Wake up, wake up. Stand, stand up. Stand up, stand up. Wake up, wake up. The time has come to fight. Wake up, wake up. Don't waste another night. Stand up, stand up. What are you waiting for? Stand up, stand up. Oh, they're gonna soon be at your door.
And good evening. I hope you can hear me. Welcome to Raconteurs News on this Tuesday evening. It's the 8th of March. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Do I sound okay? I've been asking about, you see. I've been messing about and got it all in place now. I had a bit of a setup last week. But hopefully it's better this week. Let me see if I can hear myself. Oh, yeah, I can hear myself on that. On my, I can hear myself on my thingy. What do they call it? You don't even know, do you? On my monitor speaker. I've got monitor speaker underneath here. I can just about hear myself like that. See, you turn it right up like. See, it echoes. It's a monitor speaker, but if you can't hear me, just let me know and I'll turn the microphone up a little bit. Anyway, how are you doing? It's crazy time, crazy time. We just love to have a crazy. Can you see these people behind me? They've all got fucking "I stand with Ukraine" shit on at the moment. Ah, you can hear us. Thanks, Principium 236, and hello to you as well. It's the people behind me that are that are all got the "I stand with Ukraine," "I sit with Ukraine." I had a joint with Ukraine once. I've got relatives in Ukraine, and they tell me that this. And I know somebody from Ukraine who's here. Don't know what's going on. Probably. Well, fucking hell, I don't know. But there seems to be enough silly cunts about that think it's all real, but we know it's not. I've just heard myself coming on now. Just give me a second. I told you that this is. I've just started on the. I've got the old laptop running the. And it's just. I'm running the just so that I can see. Okay. I've been asking about it. There you go. I can hear it. Good. I've got that, and it's only just started. So that's how shit that were. Anyway, good evening to some people in the gives a drink. Okay, you can have a drink. Tom's at Urban Expo. Hey, good evening, Tom. How you doing? He's got a good site. He's got a good channel, Tom. So Oh, I don't know what is this. What is it with these held for review things? There's somebody who's holding for review. Who's being held for? I can see it on the chat on this side. Who's being held for review? I don't know why that is. Must be must be some sort of thing. A bit of coke there. So that's you've got 36. Oh, good. 36 drinks or 36 videos on your or 36 different channels. Anyway, good evening, Tom. Good evening to Spanish Chicken. How you doing, my friend, down there, Bristol Sky? Watching the sky in Bristol. Oh, you got 25 subscribers. I thought you're somebody. I thought you were somebody else. Sorry, you got 25 subscribers. Well, anyway, go and have a look at his website. Anybody who's on here, check out their. They've obviously got really, really good taste. So check out their channels as well. Good evening to Uni Black Sister Taylor. Good evening. Here's a live stream from Ukraine. He says, "I'll see if we can. I might be able to get that up on another thing, but I can't do it on here because I can't copy anything that's in the chat room." What's this here? If someone says a word on the YouTube algorithm to get held for moderator, right, okay. It's the YouTube thing then, is it? Okay, that's what it is. Thanks, non-violent extremists. That's what it is. Held for review. It's it's somebody has said that they shagged a few Ukrainians. I don't know who it were. Health Freedom UK, I think. So, good evening to Health Freedom UK as well. He's had one or two Ukrainian friends, shall we say. As Uni's pointed out, there are some street cameras in some streams that you can watch of live live war. You can watch live war. I mean, it's all sorts of things that you can do these days. You don't just like get the news of the war. You get the war. You get the war on live stream, so you can watch it, or you can pretend. I mean, I wouldn't trust any of them live stream. I wouldn't trust this live stream. Never mind anything that's supposed to be coming from Ukraine, but and that goes for both sides. Good evening, Ron. Ron's back as well. Good evening, Ron. He's now listening live again. Good man. Nice to see you again, Ron. We've missed you, really have. We've been looking for your clocks. I've got a really good clock upstairs. I'm gonna have to bring it down and put it somewhere. I might have to do take a picture of it and then put it behind me, but I can't do it like so that it's moving. But like it would have been. No, because my wife won't let me have it in this living room. Oh, I don't know why, because it's a unique clock that I made myself. Oh, you laugh back there. I'm getting laughed at by my own wife. The news is as plastic as reality TV. It ain't even news, is it? It should have some sort of. It's not even news. It should have some sort of disclaimer on it saying this is not really news. This is just bullshit, because they're gonna get found out pretty soon. But as you know, these people behind me, they're not ones for they're not one. Yeah, you're lucky. Ron Malcolm says he's lucky, no wife, so that he can have his clocks wherever. He can't have mine. He's like, that's my clock. I'm going to be buried with it. Buried with my clock. Jerry, son of Mick, says it's confusing, Uni. I watched the video today with the people covered up like bodies, but one of them set up to fix the body bag. So the body in the body bag sits up. How does that work? It's just all nonsense, isn't it? It's just all completely nonsense. My wife was murdered. Ooh, oh dear. Sorry about that, non-violent extremist. I hope it didn't get long for that. You obviously are, unless this broadcast is reaching the inside of a prison, which I really hope it's not. Zelensky is heading for Glastonbury, headlining at Glastonbury Pyramid this year. Do you know, I saw that the other day. I saw I copped a bit of a news story, and I caught Sorry, let me I'm good starring a few of these things so I can read them out later on. A few comments. So if I like lose it, I fucking forgot what I was saying then. Oh yeah. I saw that. I think Zelensky were in Parliament. Somebody were in Parliament, and it must have been in Strangers Gallery or something like that. But which had plexiglass in front of it. It used to. It doesn't anymore, I don't think. If he was stood there, but he was stood there, and they were all applauding. They all stood up to applaud him, and it reminded. Shall I tell you what it reminded me of? It reminded me of all those old Communist Party. Where there's one bloke, the leader, perhaps in the Soviet Union or in China or these places that we associate with communism, North Korea, etc. Where everyone's clapping, and they were all clapping, and this bloke's just stood there. I just didn't get it. It's like complete this virtue signaling's gone completely out of control, and people are just doing complete anything. Ashton Kutcher and who's he with that? Mila Kunis, isn't he? Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis are virtue signalling that they've raised $15 million for Ukraine. Bandit Buster. Yeah, that's good point. That actually, because I can see that it's not on my thing yet. I think these ones that are held up for I don't get to see because they're not popping up. Yeah, I put a quick video up, Parliament clapping, then it cuts to seals clapping. Exactly, that's what it's like. But Mila Kunis and Ashton Kutcher, he's they've been raising money for Ukraine, and they're sat there and all smiley and everything. It's some sort of tax fiddle or other. It's a shame that these things don't come out through. I don't get them. I don't get some of these ones that are held for review. They don't come up on my system. I'm looking at them over there. So anyway, if you don't get it read out, I'm sorry. Or if I don't star it and you think it's pretty good. Here we go. Mr. P. London. Good evening, P. London. Nice to see you here. Never seen you before. Perhaps a new one, or perhaps somebody with a new name. Anyway, he says NATO. NATO is sorry. Fucking, I've haven't got a big enough screen. NATO is encircling Russia and China with military bases. NATO is very much involved in this war. It's not about Putin being crazy and having COVID 1984. Imagine Russia's alliance in the English Channel. See, there's someone's put fuck YouTube. I can't see it on my thing. Yeah, but yeah, YouTube, fuck them. Oh, we can't say that. Mila and Ashton both look like both like a red Kabbalah wristband. That thing the thing he were in, weren't it? That Madonna were in all them years ago. They kept going on about it before Scientology became like the in thing for these dipsticks to be involved in. Yeah, it is. They're all there virtue signaling. They're selling the souls for the illusion. That's the title I put on this tonight. Is they're selling the souls for the illusion of being virtuous, the virtue illusion, and it is an illusion. The thing is that there are good people that are falling into that trap as well. Everybody in this day and age when everybody's life is sort of on display. Well, a lot of people who like to put their life on display, and many people used to put their life on display or put things on social media, but it's sort of losing its grip at the moment. But the people that are still on there, they're doing all these virtuous things, and they think the motivation is correct. It's just that they're being distracted. I just can't stand this. Jewish mysticism. I don't know what that means. I don't think you would enjoy that. Fucking YouTube, yeah. I think that's we can't really say that. If you're listening YouTube, don't, because you're probably going to end up deleting my channel. But I don't care. Well, I do care, but only because then it'd take me a fucking age to like get somewhere else to do it. Like take me the way it takes me things, the amount of time it takes me to do things, it could be forever. Apparently, Taylor's not going to be knocking about too long. He's got somewhere to be. Taylor's got somewhere to be. Dinny will be extremely pleased because he's always telling him to go, get your fucking self out. Don't get yourself out there. Oh no, that's Northern Irish. I can't fucking do an Irish accent. I can't do Dinny's anyway. It's that sort of Irish-German hybrid. Don't mention the juice, lol. No, we won't mention the juice or Shane Warne or anything like that. In fact, I wrote in my book about something about him actually earlier on. Because nobody's saying it, are they? Nobody's saying it. I did write about Shane Warne's. Oh yeah. Oh, that's right. I've been to this today. I've been to the usual. Go swimming with Ada. Only thing is, go the Belfield route, Jace. £4 a month. Now, I don't want to do that. I might. Well, I don't want to do that. That's what I don't want to do. And I don't think I would ever. It's too much fucking responsibility. Alex Belfield's doing that because he thinks that he believes his own hype, when really all he is he's probably standing for Ukraine. That's the problem, isn't it? He's probably standing for Ukraine. I don't know. I've not seen any of his stuff, so it is like having Kenneth Williams reading the news. Oh, good evening, Tarquin, come and shit on me face while we rub it in each other's bodies. Ugh. And he's a bit. He's got his own stuff going on there. Alex Belfield. He's got his own agenda. We all know that he was one at first to take the vaccine so that he could go away to Florida. So he's not the all-seeing eye that. Well, he might be the all-seeing eye, but he's not the all-knowing, all-good bloke that he probably thinks he is. Again, virtue signalling, but the media's full of it. McDonald's closing. Everything's closing in Russia, isn't it? Everything. Nobody can do anything in Russia. One was having a massage. Ooh, apparently. Okay. Yeah, Shane Warne. That's the thing. Yeah. I've been with. Oh, that's where I were, weren't I? I go everywhere, don't I? That's where I were. I were in. I were with Ada today, and went to the to swim baths. Only I weren't able to swim because the dog is single-handedly trying to make me a complete cripple rather than just a one-legged cripple. So he's bit me again over weekend on Sunday, actually. Of all days, Adie's birthday. He bit me on Adie's birthday. Adie weren't about like that. And in fact, I even forgot about Adie's birthday until yesterday. But it was Adie's birthday. I just found that out. So yeah, he was triple jabbed, Shane Warne, and I'd written down in my book there while I was waiting for him because I couldn't go in because the dog might has bitten me, so I've got an open wound, and I certainly don't want to go in a public swimming baths with an open wound and get a infection in the only leg that I've got left. So I sat it out, but I took him along, and I sat with my book, and I wrote some stuff down for tonight, and I wrote Shane, and this is the longest way round to making a joke ever. But it just, and it's not really a fucking joke. I don't even know what I was thinking. Shane Warne's death could have been much worse if he wasn't double jabbed. Well, now I know he was triple jabbed, so it's even like factually inaccurate as well. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, and it's everywhere. I did see something earlier on that somebody had made about Talk Sport, but it didn't pop up on mine. And I was listening to a bit of Talk Sport today, and I had to turn it off. It was because it got to 10 o'clock, and that Scottish bloke who comes on with Simon Jordan, who comes on with that Scottish bloke and Jim White, innit? They were talking about how do we stop Putin and do we stop playing games with him and everything. It's absolutely incredible how you can get people. I can get people that there's probably been no vodka left. Oh, there's probably plenty of vodka in shops because nobody's buying it. I'm certainly not buying it, so there's definitely a lot more than there used to be. But there's probably not going to be very much. Use colloidal silver on open wound. It's great healing stuff. Thank you for that, Health Freedom UK. I shall. I've got some actually. I've got some spray stuff somewhere. It's great healing. I must try that. Injections, bowl Shane over. Yeah, we did this on Friday, didn't we? It is a shame for Shane, but he virtue signaled himself to death. So instead of keeping his medical, his medical past and his any medication stuff that he were on, he decided that he was going to share it with the world and hope that the world followed suit, or at least encourage the world to follow suit. And it's cost him big time. I can't say that I'm not very happy about it. Kitty says she uses he. Anyways, Kitty uses his colloidal silver is very good. I use it. So colloidal silver, yeah, I've heard about that before. I've actually got a spray of it, and have I got some pads? Oh yeah, I have. Yeah, yeah. When I had my wound, when I had this operation on my leg that's still there, they give me some silver pads to put on, so that was to help it. So took the piss out of Novak. Oh right, did he? I didn't know about that. If he did take the piss out of Novak, it did go well for him, didn't it? Yeah, all too good. But Novak Djokovic, we're talking about, obviously Nole, who didn't play in the Australian Open because he wouldn't tell him whether he was jabbed or not, which sort of answers its own question. Sorry, messed the message up there. I use silver all the time. Oh, okay. So yeah, good stuff. Well, I'm going to have to try and dig some of them patches out. Have we still got them then? Yeah. Do they last long? Because I'm 2 years, 3 years in it now. Anyway, how were you? How was your International Women's Day? Good stuff. Good stuff. More divisive nonsense. Shut up, Watson, or I shall come round there and throttle you to death. Yeah, bite me again, you little git. It's my dog. He's behind this. He's behind these lot here. He's behind that stage.
It's not overlaid at bottom of stairs. It must have heard
right, okay. See, we're getting updates from behind me as well. Somebody must have been outside. International Women's Day, yeah, another divisive issue. Everybody should treat everybody with respect until they don't treat you with respect, and it's as simple as that. There's no need for a day for it. Okay, listen. If people want to have a day, it's fine. If women feel that they need a day, then that's fine. But I do think it's divisive. It don't really help. It's a little bit like racism. All the idiots morons are never going to stop being racist. No matter what you do, no matter how much education or whether you use a stick or a carrot, you're never going to get them to not be racist. If someone's racist, they're going to be racist, and they're going to do it. And just bandying it about everywhere just makes them feel victimized. It makes them feel as though they're a victim and they're not allowed to have an opinion, but everybody else isn't. And that's how it works. This is what this is how it happens. Bandit Buster says it was virtue signaling overdrive on Facebook today. I can imagine. I've not really been on very much, but only to check some stuff, some messages and stuff like that. But yeah, I can imagine it was. Facebook's just dead, innit? It's just completely dead. I don't even know. Let's see if there's anybody watching on Facebook. No, I've got no people watching on Facebook. Not a single person is watching on Facebook. That's how good Facebook is. It's absolutely pointless. In fact, I'm dropping it next week. I'm just going to drop the Facebook. This is not going to be broadcast on Facebook. I'm going to do it on YouTube, Odyssey. It goes out on Twitter, which gets a few views sometimes. But again, it's not the sort of thing that's being promoted because, well, we don't want it to be. We just like we like to keep it. Yeah, you're right, Mr. P. London. Every day should be the day for the working class. Yeah. But yeah, virtue signaling. It's all over the place, everywhere. Everything's blue and yellow, blue and yellow, blue and yellow. I've never known nothing like it in my life. It's just complete and utter overdrive with this shit. Facebook is a boomer cemetery. It says Beeb. Beeb. Didn't you all used to have? Didn't there used to be a thing called Beeb, a social media thing?
Yeah.
Eh?
BBM?
No, you weren't. Don't you remember?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you remember when we were in Turkey and there was that fucking tosser from London who had that T-shirt on with an arrow pointing up, the man, and an arrow pointing down, the legend, on his T-shirt, and they were a complete fucking wanker. And they were one of people on one of staff members were called Bebo, and he kept going, "Oi, Bebo, fucking Facebook, whatever your fucking name is."
Yeah, Bebo, that's what it
Bebo, that were it, yeah. Some twat has painted his house blue and yellow, yeah. You're not allowed to swear, apparently, according to YouTube. That's terrible, isn't it? That's terrible. Bebo, yeah, Bebo. He'd say we're terrible. Fucking hell. But yeah, Facebook's going the same way. It's just it's just an advertising place, which I'll get onto in a little while. No Health Freedom UK, no guest tonight. I didn't know I was going to be coming on because I had. It's funny you said that toothache, but I did. I had a tooth back here that were I had some toothache with and some shit. So, but I've pulled it out now, so I'm okay to do it. But I didn't book a guest because I didn't know whether I was going to do it. But I've got Ben Emlyn Jones on for next week, and I am currently in the middle of booking David Weiss again because I really want to have another chat with him. I saw something. There was somebody who had got like some sort of YouTube channel. I don't know whether they were doing Silver Sword Start, Jason. Oh, thank you. Yeah, fuck Facebook. Delete photos and data before they use it against you. I only really use it for this. I think I might just get rid when this is done because I don't get much engagement on Facebook. It's crap, and I think it's designed to do that. It's designed so that people like me or people like Webby, for example, who does post a lot of stuff on Facebook. Only people that already know his stuff are going to see it. It's never going to go to anybody that's never seen it. You know what I mean? It's never going to go to somebody who's new to all this. It's just you're going to get it. And it gets your mood. It fits your mood. He was on Sean Atwood. David was great. David Weiss. Oh, yeah, he's coming on. I'll get him on. Yeah. I wish I fucking couldn't remember where I were. I ain't even started smoking a joint yet. It's absolutely ridiculous. So David Weiss, I'm gonna book him and get him on in a couple of weeks' time. And like I say, I got Ben Emlyn Jones. Ben is primarily, well, his main interest is UFOs, but he's much more than that. He does a lot of stuff, geopolitics, that sort of stuff, and he's going to be a very interesting. A guest. He's going to be in edition next week, but someone to talk to. Oh, please give me someone to talk to. I shall talk to myself. Atwood, yeah, Sean Atwood's a wanker. Yeah, that's not a problem. Sean Atwood's a wanker, but not. I've had Sean Atwood on here, haven't I? Have I had Sean Atwood on here? Can't remember. I've definitely had John Wedger. John Wedger is a wanker. He's around about the same thing. I was surprised as Atwood does crime usually. Well worth a look. Well, I would take a look, but I just don't want to. Sean Atwood, he's fucking creepy bastard, isn't he? And if you're listening, Sean, fuck off. I don't care. Newbean says, I still use Facebook sparingly for good purposes. It's a tool, like every tool can be used for good or bad, like YouTube. My opinion, that's fine. Newbean, everybody's got their, everyone's got their own uses for it. And if you're happy with that, it's fine. I'm not saying anybody else should delete it. I'm just thinking I should delete it. I'm thinking I should just get rid of it because it's not doing me any good. And when you do go on it, it does. It's an energy sapper. It's an energy thief. It thieves your soul. It's a time thief, and it thieves your soul. That's what it does. It takes your soul and it screws it up. And that's what these people have been doing. It's taken a lot of people because it's only got like this because of social media. It's got oh, I didn't get a word in, did I? Good. Fucking bald-headed silly cunt. He fucking oh no, fucking so. How are you supposed to take anybody seriously when he ain't even got any hair? Anyway, David Weiss is a good man, and I'm going to have him on. He's a top banana. I've had him on. There's already, if you've not listened, there's already an interview that I did about a year ago, I think. I had to listen back, and sound's not very good on it. And now I've got sound sorted out. I'm going to get him back on. He said he'd come back on anyway. He's a good bloke, and it's pretty easy to get him on because you just go onto it. He's got a booking thing, so you just go onto his booking app thing, and you pick a date and a time, and there you go. It gets you, and then it just turns up, and it's brilliant. Anyone know if Brian Harvey's on any video platforms? I don't know. I ain't got a clue. I've not seen it with Brian. I did see somebody, I think it was on Facebook the other day, that he was talking. There was a woman on, but he was talking as well. So I think he was behind the camera so that you couldn't see him. But yeah, Brian Harvey. But things like Facebook, it gets hold of your soul and it squeezes your soul out of you. And it's such a mood changer. It changes your mood, and it can do that. We know they've admitted to doing experiments, social experiments, where they've tried to change people's moods and tried to do stuff. Have tried to do stuff. So why do we suddenly think that they're not doing it when they fucking are? Zuckerberg is a he's a fucking tosser, isn't it? But he is Brian Harvey TV, strange bloke him. Strange, but he's on BHTV, is he? That's Spotless Leopard. Good evening, Spotless Leopard. I hope you're okay. Don't get changed on our account. Get it? Get it. But the things with Facebook is that this is why this has got to such a point, because it's got people in such a fever that they're demanding anything. I mean, you won't be able to fucking get one of them. I bet you there's some houses where they've even smashed them Russian dolls. You know, when you've got a fucking doll inside another doll inside another doll, they'll have probably got one of them as a gift from someone and fucking thrown it away simply because because the people are just getting themselves up into an extreme lava, and Facebook are doing that. They're antagonizing people. So there's now probably Russian ballets. I think it's been dropped on it. Has Russian ballet been dropped on it? I think it were in Sheffield. Russian ballet were due to be in Sheffield. I think it's been dropped. Yes, Chubby Brown, and Chubby Brown's Russian as well, so they won't allow him to be in Sheffield. Yes, because he's Chubsky Brownsky, the old Chubsky Brownsky. Have the minimum amount is the answer. That's Newbean. Sorry, that's Health Freedom UK. And Tony, good evening to you, Tony, as well, in the chat room. But this is nothing new, and this is what I wanted to show you tonight. There's this great. I was telling you about a video. I hope you went and watched it. But I'm going to share it with you now. But this is on this. Let me just share my screen. You see, what we're getting is we're getting just bullshit. Like you said earlier on, there's pictures of body bags sitting up. There's video of body bags. There's video sitting up and doing stuff like that. There's pictures of alleged Ukrainian soldiers with fucking cardboard guns. There's that one where the fucking clip drops out of it, and anybody who knows anything about weapons knows that clip's not. He pressed the trigger for the clip to fall out. So there were no in clip anyway, and it just fell out. It weren't even a real gun; it were a prop. So this is what happened. This is nothing new. Then you get all these people that are telling these stories. Oh, we've got this has happened, and this has happened in this place, and this has happened in this place. And yeah, we're seeing Spotless Leopard says we're seeing these fake things because they want us to see them. Now, I just wanted to just point out that this is nothing new. This is one of my other YouTube channels, so I know I'm not going to get a strike from it. No, I'm not going to get a strike anyway. But I'm going to share this. But this is from the before the Gulf War, in the first Gulf War in 1990 or 91, 1990, weren't it? At Miss Blue Sky, he's fluid. Its pronouns are he, ha, and ha ha. Realize, see, realize, recognize. They did with COVID. Yeah, but this is nothing new. I'm going to play this. Let me share my screen. This is from this is before the first Gulf War, and this is when they were trying to get people on board with invading Iraq, when Iraq had allegedly invaded Kuwait. I don't know anything about it, but I know for a fact that this is a lie. I know most of it's a lie, but I know that this. Share screen. Let's have a look. Chrome tab. There we go. That's it. So we share that, and there you go. You can see that. That's me. But this is from a video that's on my Nolan Ganwich site, and as you can see, it's called 9. I put 9/11 Gold because it's like an old video. I told you to watch this the other day. I'm just going to play an excerpt from it. It's The Great Conspiracy, the 9/11 news special you never saw, and this was done by Barry Zwicker. So I'm going to play this from this bit. This is a Congressional Human Rights Caucus. So this is something that happened
before a congressional committee from a 15-year-old Kuwaiti girl. The claim is she cannot be identified for fear of reprisals.
While I was there, I saw the Iraqi soldiers come into the hospital with guns. They took the babies out of the incubators. And left the children to die on the cold floor.
The U.S. public is outraged. The result? Support for land war zooms. It's a turning point.
There you go. So it's not a new thing. It's an old thing. It's been done for years and years. This is from sort of 1990, 91, something like that, where it's classic. It's fake news. Exactly. The baby's on the floor, and that was the daughter of a Kuwaiti ambassador. So the Kuwaiti ambassador's daughter, that was her, and she was taught to act and to do that, and made that, and it's just a complete. It's the same It's the same book. We're using the same book. It's the same book. It's just a little bit more advanced because we've got better technology these days. So anybody can do all that sort of thing. 91. So thanks, Stewie. Good old Stewie over there, the protector of Rotherham. Rotherham's Lord Protector, shall we call him? Stewie. Originally from Sheffield, but a proud Rotherhamer now, and I'm from Rotherham, and I'm in Sheffield. An actress, she should be ashamed. She certainly should be ashamed. But that's the sort of thing I'd recommend you go and have a look at that. It's Nolan Ganwich. You can subscribe to there. There's one or two things on. Let me just bugger this back off. There's one or two videos on there that I have not seen before, and also some news reports. Oh yeah, the daughter of an emir of Kuwait, the CIA agent with no tears. That's it. Good evening, Sean Hamer. How you doing, mate? Hello to you. It is. This is the same playbook. It happens over and over and over and over again. And people get caught up in it over and over and over again. I saw a very funny thing the other day, and it had a bloke was hiding in a fort made out of cardboard boxes, and it said that for anybody who used a face mask, this is a nuclear bomb shelter. We're just like made out of cardboard. It just shows how stupid. It's called Nolan Ganwich. NOLAN. GANWICH, Nolan Ganwich. It's one of my old ones, but there's some good old 9/11 stuff. I didn't put the usual ones up there. I didn't put Loose Change or 9/11 in plain sight because I've had Dave von Kleist on the show. But I did hear one of the news stories that I did hear. It sounded like it was Dave von Kleist doing the story. So, but he did work in news media at that time. As you know, the Power Hour, he used to call it on he were on a radio, K92 fucking bollocks. But he did 9/11 in plain sight. I didn't put that one up. I didn't put Loose Change up because I don't trust them. I as you know, anybody who watches this, I were involved a little bit on that, and knew Jason, Corey, and Dylan quite well. Well, I knew Corey better than most of them, but I the deceit with them was just as bad. So the deceit was with them were just as bad. So I didn't trust them anymore. So I didn't put a Loose Change up, and they were only copyrighted it anyway because they probably want to try and make money out of it nowadays. Well, if they had the way, I think they'd have made money out of it then. I think it had millions. It was once the most viewed video on YouTube at one point. And we were in Daily Mail as well. I remember my dad showing me a picture. My dad showing me a double-page spread in Daily Mail about this Loose Change. And I said, Dad, fucking hellfire. Fuck me, Dad. What are you fucking doing? Buying the fucking Daily Mail, you silly old twat. VK Drums HD. Oh yeah, he's got let me. I'll just read that. I'll just put that on screen. Hi Jason, this is from VK Drums HD. Good evening to you. If you've got a YouTube channel, then just tell everybody, and people will subscribe. It's really good stuff. It says, hi Jason, Bart Sibrel, Astronauts Gone Wild. I don't know if you know about, but he's the guy who went up to Buzz Aldrin and asked him to swear on the Bible that he walked on the moon, and got a punching face for it, which was quite famous. But there is a full film of that. Astronauts Gone Wild, it's called, yeah. Astronauts Gone Wild. It's a good film. If you can find it somewhere, go and have a watch of that. It is really good. He goes around asking astronauts to swear on the Bible that they walked on the moon, and nobody does. And there's even one that gets him to gets him in his house to do an interview. You know, he says, I want to come in and interview you. And he gets in his house and everything all set up. And then this astronaut, I don't know which one it is because nobody ever knows. I think I can, after astronauts, I remember Buzz Aldrin. I can remember the three pretend astronauts Aldrin, Armstrong, and Michael Collins. I can remember those three from Apollo 11. I can remember from Apollo 13. I can remember Jim Lovell, Jack Swigert, and who was the other one? Ed Mitchell. Yeah, I remember Ed Mitchell. And I remember the ones that was Ed Mitchell one of the ones that got burnt in the got one of them got burnt. 3 of them got killed, didn't they? Burnt to death. Anyway, plenty of stuff if you want to look into that. That is really, really good, interesting stuff. But one of the guys that was, you're in contact. Oh yeah, you could. But thank you, Mr. P. London. That would be very good, very, very decent of you. Gus Grissom, that's the guy. Gus Grissom, yeah, Gus Grissom. He was the one that was bringing up things. I think he were about to blow whistle, or they thought he were going to, and of course they pumped oxygen, pure oxygen, into the lunar module. Well, I think it were on a test or something, and a slight spark caught fire. Meant it caught fire, and the door came inwards. So. Or did it go outwards? It was one or other, but it got stuck, so you couldn't open the door because of the vacuum that was created by the fire when it burnt all the oxygen. But yeah, thank you, Mr. P. London, for that. Hunger Lemon in the Apollo, yeah. But there's all this stuff. It's all this stuff. Someone needs to get in touch with Stanley Kubrick's wife. Apparently, she had something for Bart or Joe Widener. Ah, right, okay. She won't last very long if she does, but there we go. I remember the very awkward interview after the moon landing. Yes. Shall we see if we can find that? Let's see if we can find that. Let me have a look if I can find that. Because they're in that thing, aren't they? It looks like one of them caravans that they have in America. What's them big silver caravans that they have? Come on, love. Yeah, Gulfstream. Wait, Gulfstream? Gulfstream? I don't know. But it looked like they were in one of them. Let's have a look. Oh, dear me, pardon me. I've just had my food. Apollo 11 press conference. The strange thing about it is Neil Armstrong never really liked talking about it. Oh, there's a couple of clips there. You can actually see the Apollo 11 press conference. It's an hour and 23 minutes long. There's a clip here. Let's see if I can play this clip. See if it's of interest. It says the whole video is available at Bart Sibrel's website. www.moonmovie, all one word, .com/moonmovie. So you can find it. The body language. There's a 13-minute video there on body language as well. But there was one particular one when they first got out, and they were in the little caravan thing, looking through a window and waving, like, because they might have brought aids back down from space, a new aids. Search for NASA press interview Apollo 11. Okay. I've got press interview. It's all very interesting stuff. Interview. Apollo 11 press interview. I'm not getting it. There's a lot from raw uncut, yeah, post flight. But they were, when they first came down, I remember them being in they were looking through a window in in a like a caravan thing, like a Gulf Stream. I think they were called Gulf Stream. But anyway, yeah, very weird, but it's something really good to look into, especially if you want to get away from this Ukrainian shit, but you want to learn something decent. You know, I've been getting away from it. I've been putting it on a shelf. I've been turning the radio off when TalkSport were telling me, you know, what do we do now? It's now time for me to try and do a Scottish accent. You know something, I'm really fucking good at accents. It's just when I'm on here, I just can't do them. Yes, I fucking am, bitch.
It either turns into Pakistani or fucking Welsh.
What, my Scottish accent?
Any accent.
Nah. It don't turn into Pakistani or Welsh. And anyway, there's no difference between Pakistani and Welsh anyway. They've got same accent, aren't they? I think all Welsh people are, well, at least the language anyway is from Pakistan. It was Bullseye Star Prize Caravan. Cheers, Nookie Brown. Yeah. It did look like Airstream, not Gulfstream. Thank you, Basil's mum. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was Airstream, but it did look like one of them. And they were all looking through the window, and they're sort of going blah 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 blah, you know, and all looking through, and just three of them lads together. I'll see if I can find a fucking picture on it, and I'll put it as my back screen. No, I won't. No, I won't. It's too much like us. I'm trying to read chat. This is what I was going to get. I was going to get Uni to be me chat jockey and just like get him in, but like bring him in just to do what's been going on in chat and just to keep an eye on chat and to be able to star things and then read some stuff out. And then we have to get rid of him obviously straight afterwards. Comments from Welsh Dave, please. Sorry, Welsh Dave. I don't mean that. You know, I'm not sorry. I'm just making a joke. It's just a joke. But Welsh and Pakistani are pretty close. Or Geordie. If you get Geordies, can go to Pakistani as well, doesn't it?
Actually, it's more Indian.
It's more Indian than Pakistani. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It is. It's more Indian than. See, we don't prejudice here. We're not prejudiced. We'll talk about any accent at all. In fact, coming up a little bit later on, we're going to be looking at Pidgin news, and I've got to get Eve to do me a jingle for that. Oh, Webby sent me a message. Whatever. He sent me a video. Good idea. I could just about watch a video now, can't I? Yeah, thank you, Welsh Dave. I knew you'd have me back, mate. I knew you'd have me back. I think Webby's probably sending me this so that I can play it. But I can't do it on this. Let me see what it is. Let me see what Webby sent me. And then I can copy the title in, and then I'll show you if it's something to do with Moon. Because if it's something to do with Moon, oh yeah. Oh, that's yeah. Oh yeah. Apollo 11 press conference. Yeah, it's that 1 hour and 23 minutes one. Yeah. Thank you. Cheers, Webby. But you can see that the whole press conference is on there. I was just looking for the ones where they were in the thing in the. There you go. Yeah, thank you, Webby. Good on you, mate. Cheers. I hope you're doing all right anyway, mate. And you know you've got an open door anytime you want to come on here. We love listening to you talk, and hearing what you've got to say. And we haven't heard from you for a bit, so just hurry back soon. Nubian says, I just heard the other day that Sweden had concentration camps during World War II out in the country. No ruins left, very few photos, but a couple of journalists have apparently researched it. So yeah, that's so in Sweden, Finland and Sweden. I saw something about Sweden and Finland being told that they've been threatened, haven't they? About, I can't remember whether it was by Russia or someone else. This is what story were. I don't believe it for a second. I think it's just more made up shit. But see, fucking Webby comes up into fucking chat room, babe, And everyone's saying hello to him. Hello, Webby, hello, Webby. He's fucking more popular than me. Can't believe it. I'm only kidding. Sirens on Kiev live cams. Oh, is that Kiev? Can you say Kiev or is it Kiev? You've got to say Kiev. The Kyiv. Now then, chicken Kiev. I once met a chicken Kiev. I met a chick in Kiev. Your gas knowledge is very relevant at the Webster report. Yeah, it is. Yeah, but yeah, we did. It is. These things are all. There's nothing new in the world. You can see what's going to happen. I mean, I told you in January, didn't I? I told you that this would go in by April. COVID would just be numbers across the bottom of a screen. I don't even think it's going to be that, but there are mutterings as well from the obvious, very, very good source of Right Said Fred, that there's a new virus on the way. Apparently, everyone's going to get AIDS, which is. What? AIDS. I'm not having it again. I saw someone today. There used to be a. Yeah, look. Let's see how long this is. 2 minutes and 53 seconds. I'm going to have to fucking play it. I'm going to have to play this. Here we go. Let me just play this. Let me just play this for you. Oh God! Why have I got a thing unplugged in? What's up with this? Crap in it. There we go. There we go. Look at this woman here.
Bad diets, powders, pills, still my weight's been up and down like a yo-yo until the AIDS plan taught me how to take off weight and help keep it off.
AIDS may taste like a candy, but AIDS contains one of the most effective appetite suppressants you can buy. And there's no stimulant in AIDS that could make you nervous.
With AIDS, I ate less, so the weight came off. To help keep it off when I sometimes want things loaded with calories, AIDS helps put me in control.
Let the AIDS plan teach you how to take off weight and help keep it off. Try peanut butter AIDS.
Candy. And I'm not gaining weight. I'm losing weight deliciously with the aid of AIDS. The AIDS diet plan really works.
AIDS candy contains...
You can lose weight with AIDS.
Appetite suppressant.
You got that right, anyway.
Helps curb your appetite so you can lose weight. And AIDS candy has no stimulant that can make you nervous.
The plan lets you enjoy 2 AIDS before each meal. Delicious chocolate flavor. And I love being a size 10 again.
Lose weight deliciously with the aid of AIDS.
I was overweight and embarrassed to go anyplace. AIDS helped me get back into a size 12.
The AIDS diet plan helped me get back into a size 6.
AIDS helps control your appetite so you lose weight. Yet AIDS lets you taste, chew, and enjoy. And the appetite suppressant in AIDS is not a stimulant.
AIDS helped me lose the weight and has nothing in it that could make me nervous.
Question. Why take diet pills when you can enjoy AIDS? AIDS helps you lose weight safely and effectively. Use only as directed.
Up and down like a yo-yo. I tried fad diets, powders, pills. Then I discovered the AIDS diet plan, which helped me lose weight and keep it off.
AIDS are tasty caramels for dieters. AIDS contains one of the most effective appetite suppressants you can buy. And AIDS contains no stimulant.
So why don't you let AIDS help you lose weight and keep it off?
AIDS helps you stay the way you want to be.
Shopping used to really depress me. I used to think if only I could keep to a diet. Then I heard about AIDS and tried them. AIDS helps you keep to a calorie-controlled diet. You don't eat so much at meals, and I didn't want fattening things. I enjoy shopping now because I can wear fashionable clothes.
She enjoys it.
Thank goodness for AIDS.
Thank goodness for AIDS.
As broad as this, and you'd rather look as slim as this. Try the AIDS reducing plan. Delicious tasting AIDS candy contains vitamins and minerals, no drugs. Taken with a hot drink before meals, AIDS helps you curb your appetite. You eat less because you want less, so you lose weight naturally. Thousands of men and women have lost weight on the AIDS plan. You can too. Why not try AIDS? They work.
They work. Yep. Everybody loses weight with AIDS. Everybody loses weight with AIDS. So there you go. That's unfortunate. Check out the clip from 90. Oh, wait, fucking hell. Fucking hell. With the aid of AIDS. I must turn that off. That fucking auto fucking bollocks that they put on. Next one comes on. Yeah, so everyone loses weight with AIDS. Now you can get COVIDs, and everyone's going to get it. Wife's gone to bed. She's bored with me. Bored of me. Oh, dear me. AIDS are the shit, man. Yeah, I lost weight with AIDS. Of course you did. Everyone's going to lose weight with AIDS. Just, just incomprehensible. That AIDS equals amphetamine. I don't know. It said it didn't have any stimulants in it, didn't it? So no, you don't get stimulate from AIDS. AIDS contains no stimulant. Sounds brill. I think we should be spreading AIDS more around the world. Yes, exactly. And people think AIDS is a bad thing. Look under your chairs. He gets AIDS. She gets AIDS. Everyone gets AIDS. My chairs. I ain't got AIDS under my chair. I've got wheels, though. I've got wheels. When are the NPCs going to realise they've been poisoned? They have been poisoned, haven't they? NPCs? Stolen souls? I think that's what we should call them, stolen souls. The people that are buying into all this fucking bollocks, all this nonsense. That's it. Since March, it is mandatory to support Ukraine in order to enter bars, restaurants and cinemas, and have to be dressed in yellow and blue to enter sports stadia. All darts players must have yellow and blue flights on their arrows. I saw another thing about. I saw something about. They're now making these stories up about people who are playing. There was a story about a woman from Ukraine who was over here as a nanny and went over to Ukraine to pick up a kid, not her 8-year-old kid, to bring her back, and then was stopped because she didn't meet the criteria to enter under this legislation that's been passed since this. I didn't know about this fucking legislation, probably because I don't watch news, but I didn't know about. I didn't know about that. Any yellow and blue tampons? No, but they do use blue water, don't they, in tampon adverts? Or they used to. I don't think they do them. I don't think tampons need to be. I think they get them free, don't they? Free adverts. I mean, I saw period shaming thing the other day. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, I'd assume if somebody shamed somebody for having a period, I'd assume that person had not got a brain at all. Yellow and blue sheep, yep. There's loads of them about. Yellow and blue sheep. Fucking yellow and blue sheep. So, shall we have a look what's going off in... Shall we see what's happening in the world of BBC Pidgin? Shall we? Let's have a look. Let's see what's going on in the world of See how they're reporting this Russian invasion, so-called, of Ukraine. There we go. Let's have a share. StreamYard tab. Let me put that full screen. So what we got here? I day fear say for the rest of my life I go always hear this noise. So they even have them. They even have these people in wherever this is, Pidgin, Nigeria, I think it is. But Mona Lisa Stephen, Nigerian actor, and with a double A, body positive advocate. So they even have them in Africa. I thought it was just like shit. That sort of shit were like, you know. But I suppose we've had a reach into everywhere, haven't we? This Western culture, this non-culture that's supposedly Western. This is Mona Lisa Stephen, and she's a positive activist. Way they suffer from one health challenge. Way them they call tinnitus. Talk her experience. Tinnitus. Okay. Oh, right. So she's an actress. This is entertainment news. So she's an actress with tinnitus. There you go. David say, the tins excite me more than music. The Nigeria Afrobeat star tell BBC about him future plans and why him no go enter politics. Good man, don't want to enter that fucking pile of shit. Movie producer Kazim Odepe opens up about marriage to actress Mercy Ajibi. Let's see how they're doing. Let's see how they're going. World news. Let's go on world news, see what they're saying. Oh, it's the BBC Pidgin Minute. I think I'd probably get copyrighted if I put that on. I didn't before, but no, not enough people listen, do they? See what Pidgin Minute says.
BBC Pidgin Minute.
Now, Victor Aloke. People enter street for Lagos State, Nigeria to demand justice for Bamishi Anyonwole, one young lady wey die after she entered the state commercial BRT bus last Saturday.
Police announced on Monday say them find her dead body for road and them still dey investigate the matter.
7 pikin don die for one road construction storage site for northern Ethiopia after one dynamite explosion happened.
The children bin dey play for where the construction company they keep their equipment like the dynamite wey dem dey use blast through rocks when they wan build roads.
US President Joe Biden is expected to announce ban on US importation of Russian oil later today.
The White House said Biden will announce actions to continue to hold Russia accountable for their war on Ukraine.
Former Everton manager Gordon Lee don't die at the age of 87.
Lee been in charge of Everton from 1977 to 1981, where he reached League Cup final, 2 FA Cup semi-finals, and 2 top 4 finish for First Division.
Story for 5 p.m.
Come join us online, bbc.com/pidgin.
There you go. BBC, that's a Pidgin Minute. Did you enjoy that? Did you get any of it? I think there were a bit about the death of a football manager, an old football manager, an Everton manager. It sounds racist to read out Pidgin news, law. It's not racist. I'm just spreading the word here. Right? I mean, what is it? We're paying for we're paying for this. We're paying for it. Well, if you pay your license fee, you're paying for it. Why Ghana said it'd be worst performing currency among top African currencies. Honestly, I would say to anybody, if you can read this out without sounding racist, to a fucking wet fucking wank that thinks everything's fucking racist. See, I can't even work this one out. Wetting be NATO, who be the countries way belong and wetting concern Russia. Shall we have a look? Read more. NATO member countries. What are the NATO 30 countries and wetting concern them for Ukraine-Russia war? See, they're calling it a war, not an invasion. That's unusual, isn't it? I mean, it's not really a war if it's an invasion, is it? Like let's not get onto that. But it's not really a war. It's a bit like Israel-Palestine. That's not really a war, is it? NATO, this is just a standoff. No, it's going to ever happen. NATO don't reject request, say make them put no-fly zone for Ukraine on top, say he go lead them to get direct beef with Russia. So we've got beef, man. That's what it is. It's all about. It's about beef. They've got beef, man. NATO, fucking had it. They've had it with Russia and all its wetting be NATO. All right. This is what is NATO, I think. NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, now military collabo, way been day formed for 1949 by 12 countries. We include US, Canada, UK, and France. France. Let's pretend we could have BBC on now. I'm going to say France. The cocoa behind the collabo say NASA members agree, say them go help if one member come under armed attack. Ukraine's not in fucking NATO though, is it? So nobody's come under attack. Is Ukraine in NATO? It's not. They're not in NATO, are they? NATO. There we go. Hang on. We'll see, because it's going to be down at the bottom here. Look, NATO member countries list. Let's see if Ukraine are on it. The aim for the first NACOM say the threat say post-war Russia go and expand for Europe. For 1955, Soviet Russia to start their own military collabo for Eastern European communist countries, way them called the Warsaw Pact. We all remember the Warsaw Pact. And TASS, the news agency, which were like Reuters, or the Press Association, or whatever it fucking were then. After the fall of the Soviet Union for 1991, some former Warsaw Pact countries do about turn to follow NATO. Let's see, right, so let's have a look at these NATO countries list. There's Albania, Belgium, Bulgaria, Canada, Croatia, Czech Republic. So are they adding Czech and Republic as fucking one? Denmark, Estonia, France, Germany, Hungary, Greece. Don't forget Greece, home of democracy. What does this say? Iceland, Italy, Latvia, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Montenegro, Netherlands, North Macedonia, Norway, Portugal, Poland, Romania, Slovakia, Slovenia, Spain, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States. What's missing? What is missing? Ukraine. There is no Ukraine on there. So that pact that it says on there that it's for, fucking thing, I keep getting it wrong thing. What it says that it's there for is to no member state agree to say them go help if one member come under armed attack. Well, this don't come into that, does it? Because Ukraine's not part of NATO. So what is fucking NATO doing in there? It's none of your fucking goddamn business, NATO. Let fucking Ukraine do what Ukraine wants, and not with that fucking puppet that you put in place that used to play fucking Ukrainian president on telly and then fucking becomes Ukrainian president. Are you having a fucking laugh? Is that fucking real? It's not. This is not America we're talking about. This is Ukraine. They're not supposed to do, in America, do that sort of shit, don't they, with fucking Reagan? But, you know, they've been doing that sort of shit for years. And then they start fucking doing it in Eastern countries like Ukraine, putting fucking actors in. Just shows you exactly what we are dealing with. So there you go. That's how the people who read BBC Pidgin are going to be seeing the conflict. It's as clear as mud, really. Yeah, let's see. 5 ways the war for Ukraine fit end. Okay. Ukraine latest news. 5 possible ways the war in Ukraine fit end. Inside this thick cloud of water, he fit day hard to see the way forward. Okay. The news from the battlefield, the diplomatic noise of the emotion of the grieving and displaced. See, it should have said did displaced, shouldn't it? Not the grieving and the grieving and the displaced. That's what it should. Proper fucking. Can we have proper Pidgin, please? Jesus Christ! All of this day overwhelming. So make we step back small and consider how the conflict for Ukraine fit play out. Wetting be some of the possible ways where politicians and military planners fit they consider. Are you following this? Are you following it closely? You've got. I'm going to be doing a test on it later on. Few fit predict future with confidence, but this na some possible outcomes. Most no day clear. So it's unclear. Most of the outcomes are unclear. Short war. Are you bored of this yet? Oh dear. This is fucking... Gee, it's just shit, this. Fucking just utter shit. This is BBC, this. Desperate, brave, resistant, Kiev go forward within days. So they say Kiev's going to fall. If Kiev falls, you know that's the script. Them go replace the government with pro-Moscow puppet race. See that? Do you see that here? This here. Do you see that? Them go replace the government with pro-Moscow puppet regime. Puppet. Oh my God, what have they fucking got now? They've got fucking Sooty and Sweep now. In fact, they haven't got fucking Sooty and Sweep. They've got fucking Colin. Colin, who's here, he could fucking run it better. So it'd be a puppet. It'd be a puppet regime. If it depends which side you're on. If you're in Moskva, then it's the puppet regime is in. But if you're on, if you're on the side of the, the virtue signalers, then the puppet regime would be pro-Moscow. Dem go either assassinate President Zelensky or he go run Komot from the country to Western Ukraine or even overseas to set up government for exile. So they're talking about him going into exile. Maybe. I mean, he's over here, and he's not in fucking Ukraine anyway. He's a pussy. He fucking should be the last person to fucking leave if it really were a Russian invasion. It really were. I were told he should be the last fucker to leave. The captain is the last to leave a fucking sinking ship. The last person on board. The last person off. So he should be still there, but he's not. He's fucking over here, isn't he? Fucking having bumming sessions with fucking Boris Johnson and some of them other fucking weirdos. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, he's from show business. You know what show business people are like. The fucking, the weird fucking people. Thousands of refugees continue to go west. See, now there you go. There's another thing as well. Is Ukraine refugees? There's going to be a lot of people that are displaced, but there's going to be a lot of economic migrants in that as well, because a lot of those are going to be economic migrants. Because if they are blowing the place to shit between them, then they need to go somewhere where they can get food to feed the families and keep the families safe and stuff like that. So that's just that were bound to happen. But seeing as we're not in Europe anymore and there's no open border policy, so they won't be coming here. But that, I bet you, this is another way that they're going to another thing that they're going to bring up, that we must allow Ukrainian refugees. So we're going to open all the borders to just about anybody who says that the Ukrainian, anyone who can speak Russian, essentially, he'll be able to come in and say the Ukrainian, they've had to run off without getting a passport. So that's going to be another, that's another sort of side bonus for them, if you know what I mean, because that causes chaos in all sorts of countries, and it makes people, there are people that will say, we need to protect his borders and not let people in, and they'll be called racist by the people that'll say, these people all are buying the same shit. They're all buying the same fucking shit. They're just reading it completely fucking different. They've got a different point of view on it. And then there you go. You've got a false argument. You've got a false narrative that people can argue for days and days and days on social media, just going back and forth about crap, about nonsense, about something that's been set up for them. Somebody saying, yes, we should let everybody in, and somebody saying, no, we shouldn't let anybody in. And there'll be somebody in the middle who say, well, we should let some in, but not all. And that, you see, it's all part of divide and conquer on this International Women's Day today. The divide and conquer thing, But I do love women, I've got to say. So I'm not going to say they shouldn't have their own day. And if you enjoyed it, you enjoyed it. I don't know what you fucking do. What would you do on fucking National Women's Day? You just look at your own tits and go, fucking hell, I've got some tits. Aren't I lucky I've got tits? See, no nonsense about National Women's Day, International Women's Day on fucking this one here. President Putin's going to declare victory and withdraw. President Putin go declare victory and withdraw some forces, then leave enough behind to maintain some control. Throw Ukraine go join Belarus as one of Moscow's client states. This outcome no day impossible, but ego depend on if several factors change. Russian forces perform better. Russia send in more forces, and Ukraine extraordinary fighting spirit fade. Fucking make of that what you will, because I couldn't fucking work that out. I couldn't work a damn thing about that. Is fucking nothing on that. I've got tons of. I've not been because I've been looking at this. I've not got. I've not seen very many of you. The other thing I've took off because it were fucking bollocks. But I've not seen that. I've not seen too many of your comments. So apologies if I miss out. But there we go. I think we'll leave that for this week. But that's the Ukraine. Let's just have a quick look to see what the headlines are. The home headlines here on BBC Pidgin. Okay, Timothy Adegoke, death. Hotel staff take oath of secrecy, manipulate lodging document. Witness tells court. Okay. That was... wasn't he one of the ones that were anti-COVID? He was one of the leaders that were anti-COVID, weren't he? I think. And he died. Because he said that he weren't having any restrictions and stuff. Yeah. But there you go. It's BBC Pidgin. We'll get more from them probably in a couple of weeks' time. Court no fit remove me from power, David Umahai. Bad people on break my backbone. Bramsy Mama. Cool, this is really good stuff. But I don't understand a fucking word of it. I've got to say, I don't understand, well, very much of it. Anyway, I can just about make it out. Once you read black, you don't go back. Exactly. Nice one, El Freedom UK. They'll be back, don't worry. Oh, I love that. I love that Pidgin bit. I really do. It's just interesting to look into what fucking bullshit BBC, people put on the doorstep. It's like, do Nigeria Today fucking ban them and stuff like that? I don't know. It's like, can you? I mean, BBC's banned in Russia. Just as BBC announces that millions of people are turning to the BBC in Russia to get proper news that's not bullshitted. That's why Amy Winehouse went back to black. I'm just going to have a read through some of these comments. They'll be back, don't worry. That woman in the picture was hurt in 2018 gas explosion. What happened to volcanoes, the storms, floodings, wildfires, viruses, climate change? Yep, but they're doing that all fucking behind us back, aren't they? Everyone's concentrating on Ukraine just as the energy bills are doubling and the petrol prices are going up. And then it can all be blamed on Ukraine, you see. The energy price is going up because of Ukraine. It's Russia's fault because they've invaded Ukraine, even though I think it's about 5% of gas in this country comes through that pipeline from Russia. So there'll be shortages. It's all coming. What you got to do is stick it on that fucking shelf. If you've got any concerns or anything, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to I'm going to invite you to jump on if you want to jump on. UK only refugees. That's it, Basil Mum. Thank you. 4% comes from Russia. 4%, and that's gas, innit? Comes from Russia. I think I can do this with pretty in full and certain knowledge that Uni's not going to turn up because he's not here. He said he had to go somewhere later on when he were in chat earlier on. Sorry, Uni. But if anybody wants to jump on and just have a quick word, I've got about 35 minutes left to fill before I've not played another record as well. I think what I'll do is I'll play another record, a quick one, I think. No, I can't. Not that one. Oh, fucking hell. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, how long is that one? 5 minutes and 4 seconds. Oh, I can't play that one. Too long. Too long. I won't play one. I might play one at end. I'll play one at end. Nearly nobody will be driving by 2030. You're right. Everyone's trying to get into everyone's been told to get into an electric car, and then they double the price of electricity. I mean, that's just fucking classic, isn't it? It's just classic. It's like everything else. Everything. Let's talk about something nice and not fucking sweaty wankers that are all over the place. You've got to look after yourself mentally. You really have. Take some fucking time off for it. Like I said, going and looking at, if you want to watch something that's a bit, just watch something that's not Ukraine related or COVID related. Look at some moon stuff. That's really interesting. Look at some, have a look at if it's up to you whether you want to or not, but you can fucking go and watch anything. You don't have to be drawn into this. Remember, this is what they do. They're drawing the fucking soul, the stolen souls. They're drawing those into it. We don't have to be drawn into it. We can sit here on a fucking Tuesday night and a Friday night, 9:30, and we can take piss. We can take the piss because that's essentially what it needs. You don't want to be drawn into it. Is that the link to your OnlyFans? No. That's a link to get in, to get on show. If you want to come on to the show, then you can do it. Press that link and you can get you something. I don't have an OnlyFans. Why would I have an OnlyFans? They have to take your kit off for that, don't you? You certainly don't want to see me in my string vest, do you? String vest? Well, my regular vest and my hairy chest. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, this is the point. I'm seeing a lot of people. There's a lot of people that I know and that I've met recently, and I'm seeing that they are becoming absorbed with it, and they're getting really irritated with when they're having to interact with the stolen souls. When they're having to interact with those, they're finding it difficult because it really is. It's fucking doing their head in. It's doing their head in having to deal with people, and people then, because people, you know what people are like, they've got no fucking imagination. They've got no imagination whatsoever. If you meet somebody, and you start, let's just say you start a conversation, like you're on a bus or some fucking daft shit like that. You start up some conversation, and it'll always go to. It used to go to COVID, now it goes to. It didn't used to go to COVID with me because I didn't have a mask on, so nobody ever going anywhere near me. But inevitably, that's what you end up talking about. When I were in doctors, when I were at hospital, the nurses were talking about how they were going to be sacked because they'd not been death jabbed. They'd not been Shane warned in advance. That's where he should have been, shouldn't he? Shane warned in advance. But I wish you were that now, don't he? But because they'd said some thick cunts on here tonight. Cheers, man. I sit watching the news and taking the piss out of it and laughing. They want my energy, and in that way, I take theirs. Yeah, I mean, you can, but it's still there, it's still in your mind, isn't it? It's still in your subconscious. It used to be Brexit. Good evening, Matt and Donna Caddy. Good evening to. It used to be Brexit. Yeah, Brexit, COVID. There's always something. It's the next one. This one, it's war, Ukraine. We might be back to COVID. Then there's the second referendum thing. You see, they bring the Brexit thing back up again. It's the second referendum. Should we have a referendum to ask people if they want a second referendum? You see, that would have been a way out of it, innit? They could have said, right, I'll tell you what, we'll have a referendum to see if people want a second referendum. And when people voted to have a second referendum, they'd said, well, we don't need a second referendum now. People have made their minds up. We're fucking stopping. You know, that's if they really wanted to. They didn't want to be in. They didn't want to be in. And I think it's probably due to this. They didn't want to be in Europe. Where am I going here? No, not that way. It's that way. I've me things swinging behind me because I keep catching it. I'm on my pushchair tonight. So they keep the thing is when you do watch it and you're laughing at it, it's still getting into your brain and it's in your subconscious, and it is traumatic to a degree. I found myself not last night but the night before, the 2 nights before that, I've been having really bad fucking nightmares, and I mean really fucking bad nightmares, where yesterday morning I woke up in fucking tears. I were in tears and checking and like a fucking crying like a fucking baby, and the night before that just as bad. I'm trying to work out what it is. I'm trying to work out what it could be, and all I think it can possibly be is the fact that I have over the last, because I took a week off, didn't I? I took a week off and I didn't have anything to do with anything. I had that week off the week before last. And I put it down to coming back and having to pay attention in order to do this show. And I'd probably paid a little bit too much attention, and it had got into my subconscious. And that's what you've got to remember, is that if you're laughing, even if you're laughing at it, it's still getting into your subconscious. It's still there. It's still one of those levels of trauma, and trauma upon trauma upon trauma. And when it's in someone, no wonder mental illness at the moment is skyrocketing. And it's no surprise. It's no surprise that mental illness is on the rise. There's been people taking their own lives over things that is, you know, simply that it's Brexit. If it went wrong way for you at Brexit, then there's Brexit, then there's COVID, then there's more than that. Obviously, there's been stuff in between. There's been terrorism and things like that, Manchester bombings, all these different bombings. And they've been stacked on top. And what you have to do is, if you deal with those, they won't all come out at once. It won't all surface at once, and your conscious mind won't know what to do if it all comes at once. And that's where people are cracking up, because it all comes to the surface at once. And don't forget, your subconscious mind doesn't have it doesn't have any sense of time whatsoever. So when you're triggered about something, it's as if that is happening again right now. That's why people get triggered, because your subconscious, it's in your subconscious, and your subconscious mind has no sense of time. So whenever it is triggered, it's as though that is happening right now. So it is. Look, I understand what you're saying. Laugh at it by all means. If you do please, if you want to do that, if that's your way of coping, everybody's got to have their own way of coping. And I think that last week, I got back on, and I probably took in a bit too much, and I had a couple of nights where I had really bad nightmares. I did. Yeah, you reset. You need to reset yourself. You need to deal with it. You need to deal with it, and because if you don't, it's going to be there forever. Health Freedom UK. Good evening. How are you?
All right, Jason. How are you?
I'm good. I
thought it was about time I got on here and showed my face, my voice.
I think your mic's just catching on you. We're just getting it like a.
How about that? How about that? Is that better?
Perfect.
Yeah. I said I thought it was about time I jumped on here and showed my face and my voice, and give a South London or some South talk.
South London talk.
Well, actually, I'm West London. Actually, yeah.
Oh right, okay. Go ahead.
I was a QPR man, remember? For my sins.
Let me just see if I can. You QPR man.
I was, yeah.
You was.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck about anymore.
No, I don't. I'm a Sheffield Wednesday fan, and I really don't. I think they're playing tonight. I ain't got a fucking clue. I think they are.
Yeah. When they used to, chop your legs down and stuff, doing a tackle.
I'm still getting a jig, like a. Zzz, 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 zzz. Are you on a phone?
Yeah.
Do you want to try and plug in that headset?
Yeah, I can do. Yeah.
See if that works.
How's that? Is that any better?
I think I can hear myself back.
Yeah. Oh.
I can hear myself.
No, that's because it's too loud. Otherwise, I can't hear you.
Right.
Go on the computer.
Sorry, say that again.
I said, shall I plug my computer in? Let me try a different mic or something. I've mic here. Let me try something.
I think it might be that device.
Yeah, it could be, mate. It could be. Do you want me to try my computer?
Yeah, you can do, can't you? Yeah, can do.
Yeah, give me five.
All right. Cheers, mate. See you in 5.
All right, cheers.
South London. Forest beat Huddersfield in the cup last night. Anybody know what score is in footy tonight? Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'll have a look. Hell Freedom UK is going to join us. Hell Freedom UK has been in chat room plenty of times. Really good guy. Well, seems to be anyway. I don't know him personally, but I'm hoping to. In the next couple of minutes, he's just going to pop his screen up. He's just going to pop his computer, get his computer going, and then we should be in. Sure, let's look at. I bet Wednesday. Oh, who we got tonight? We've got someone poxy, haven't we? We've got Cambridge. We've got Cambridge United. Let's see what scores are. Seymour. Oh no. Oh, it's Saturday. We're not playing tonight. No. Crew Alexandra 0, Portsmouth 3. That's all I've got from that. So, yeah. I thought they were playing tonight. I know they're playing Cambridge. Crap. Honestly, crap. I just can't even be arsed. I can't even be arsed. I sort of half watched the Manchester derby the other day, and I couldn't even be arsed with that. Last night, Huddersfield and Nottingham Forest, that used to be a game that I'd probably watch. I'd probably sit and watch, but I sat watching Suits with my wife instead because I can't stand that they fucking walk on. Somebody comes on who's Ukrainian for opposition and they're fucking clapping him. It's just, that's not football. There we go. Let's see what we do here.
Any better?
Yeah, that seems better. We've got no. I think it's that device, to be honest.
Yeah, it was probably my phone. Just one of these cheap phones.
Good. So, how are you?
Yeah, interesting what you were saying about your nightmares. It's down to your weed, man. I went through the same. I gave it up January the 5th now, and I've been really struggling with nightmares. You get a lot of withdrawal symptoms, and then the whole nightmare scenario. When you're having, if you come off it and then you go back on it, it can cause a lot of problems with your head because it messes up. I mean, I tried all sorts of different things. I tried 5-HTP, but realized that actually can make your REM sleep. You're even worse at night. So, yeah, there's not much answer for it really, other than just trying to maybe take a cap at night or something like that, a can of cap or something at night, just to try and stop your nightmares, and doing some deep breathing and shit like that.
Well, I'll tell you the thing that I did on both those days that I didn't do yesterday. And
Yeah.
last night I had a quite a vivid dream, but it weren't a nightmare. The thing I'd had some of those fulvic minerals from Clive de Carle's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'd had some of those.
Clive de Carle's.
Yeah, because he sent me a box up. See, he sent me a box when I did interviewed him. He sent me a box full of goodies. I got loads of.
I
loads
know
of
he
stuff.
knows a lot of shit, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, God. But I'd had that on those 2 days, and I didn't know whether they were related. So I didn't have any yesterday, and I didn't have a nightmare, but I've had some today. So I'm going to see if I have a nightmare tonight. I'm experimenting on myself. What else can you do? It's science. You've got to trust the science.
Try doing some deep breathing before you go to bed, and also just tell yourself not to have bad dreams. That also helps as well. That's what I've found as well. It's just really deep breathing, because it activates your parasympathetic nervous system when you do deep breathing. It relaxes the body, it relaxes the brain, etc. And that's what I find that I have to do every night. Just to chill out. Some nights I maximum I'll get is about 7 hours, 6 hours. If that's it.
Yeah, I'm not a very heavy sleeper. But when I can usually, last night I got to bed about 1:30, and I were up at 8:30. So but I didn't get to sleep probably didn't get to sleep well about 3:00.
Yeah.
3.
That's wow.
But my wife's got this. She has migraines, and she's got this mask that she wears that feeds her air all night.
Oh yeah. What do they call those things? CPAP, is it, or something like that?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Yeah, she's got one. She's got one of those.
They're noisy fuckers, aren't they?
They are, but when she's got it on, she doesn't snore. So it's sort of swings and roundabouts. But there's always something going on in bed. But I can last on minimum sleep, and then I'll have a really long one. I sort of make up, in.
Do you take little snoozies in the afternoon?
No, I don't. No. I used to when I were ill, but I don't anymore now.
Yeah. Occasionally, I'll just my body says, "Come on," and I'll have to just crash, But I'll set the timer. I won't let myself sleep more than about half an hour, 40 minutes maximum. I mean, some people just can't do that, I can do that, and then I don't mind just staying up late. I mean, I live on my own anyway, so it doesn't bother me,
New Beans put in the chat room, did you try the supplement with magnesium? Yes, I did.
Yeah, magnesium is a good one, Nubin. You're right, actually. I've just started taking a supplement called Magnesium, which is like all the different types of magnesium, together. Magnesium is a good supplement. And again, I did try the 5-HTP, but again, if you've come off of the weed, 5-HTP or anything that that activates that's a part of your brain isn't really good for you. It's going to be difficult if you keep on the drugs and off the weed, or on the weed and off the weed.
Yeah. Well, you see, I like a joint when I do this show.
Yeah, of course.
I have stopped most of the time. So most days, I just have it on the nights that I do this show. So I have get it up, but I get up booze as easy as like that.
Yeah.
I don't seem to get addicted to things. I'm not got an addictive personality.
I'm addicted to this show.
Oh, right. Oh, good.
I must say, Jason, no, in all seriousness, and I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of people here, right, in the chat room, that I discovered you in the lockdown, and it really helped my mental health, being able to chat to other people that were of the same week, and we're saying the same things, etc. Because I live in Bedfordshire, in a small little town in Bedfordshire, and honestly, most people are walking around just going bare, you know, and it's quite difficult to interact with people, you know. I mean, I go to the shop and I'll try and chat. You know, you got the security guards there, and I try and chat to the security guards, and you know, they're even fucking wearing masks now, you know. And I turn around to them and I say to them, "Come on, guys, you know, like let's have your smiles back, man." You know, and then I'll just drop a little thing and say, you know, they've just brought a report out that says 90% of you know, any germs or bacteria can actually get through that mask. You know, just try and communicate with them and just try and get them to take their bloody masks off. You know.
Yeah, you see, the thing with it is there's an art to it, isn't there? In trying to convey something to somebody, but not to be preaching at them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And God, fucking hell, I'm guilty of that. I've preached in the past. My sons tell me I preach anyway, so.
I'm fucking preaching every week.
Well, I mean, I'm not called Health Freedom for nothing, you know. So you know, because that's what I believed in. I mean, I started my own. I have got my own website, healthfreedom.co.uk, but I haven't written anything on it for bloody like a couple of years. I mean, because I used to work in the NHS, and they didn't like my points of view. They didn't like the fact that I like to talk to people about natural stuff, and let's say we had a little falling out. And that's why I don't work for the NHS anymore, you know.
I was going to say something then. Well, anyway, thanks for your kind words from earlier on. Listen, I find this as therapeutic as you, because when you're of this opinion, when you really want to, you know, when you really want to talk to people about it, but you can't, because you've seen it where I've seen it with people where their eyes roll up, you know. God, you know, if they know you, their eyes roll up like that. So now I don't even bother. If with people I know, I don't bother. If my mum and dad asked me about coronavirus when it first came out, and I said, in my opinion, I said,
I remember you said, don't have the
there'll be a vaccine. I said, there'll be a vaccine. I said, you don't have it. Whatever you do, don't have it.
Yeah.
They had it. And so, because they thought they were going to go on holiday, and they didn't. They had to cancel the holiday anyway.
Yeah.
So, you know, it would just completely pointless. So now, if anybody asks me about something, I'll tell them, you know, in my circle, you know, in my immediate family. But apart from that, I won't go preaching.
Nearly all of my family had it. You know, my sister in Spain had it. I mean, she got 2 jabs. One of my sons went down the route of having them, and the other one, he didn't. You know, so again, it's, you know, some of them have listened and some of them haven't listened, and you know, it's quite nice to be in a place where you feel a bit smug after they bring out a report that says, you know, 9 out of 10 people who catch COVID are fully jabbed up.
Yeah, stuff. In fact, I'll share a smug moment. I'll share a smug moment with my mum and dad. But years and years and years ago, when Jimmy Savile died.
Oh, the lovely Jimmy.
When he died, you know, I used to work with my dad.
I've got a Jimmy story, by the way.
Sorry?
I've got a Jimmy story.
Oh, have you? Okay. We'll hear that afterwards. But they were talking about him, because obviously we don't know that he died and all this sort of shit. And I said, what the fuck are you on about? Fucking paedophile. No, don't be stupid. No, I'd never get away with it all that years. And then obviously it came out, didn't it? And it came out, and and I think they were talking about it in kitchen, and I just walked in, and they said, I remember you, Jason, telling us that he was a paedophile when he died. And I just stood there with my smug face, you know, sort of thing. So yeah, it is nice to be able to do that. But you don't
Yeah.
want to. You don't really want to rub it in, do you? Like, because
Well, my Jimmy one was one of my partners. She said that when she was like 16, she was doing some catering in a hotel in London, and that she was serving, and all of a sudden they found out that Jimmy Savile was coming in, and she got the lucky spot of actually serving food to our Jimmy, right?
Nice.
And so she, So as she's serving his food, he starts saying to her, "Do you want to? Do you fancy coming to? Coming upstairs? And did you ever want to be a pop star? Do you play an instrument? Do you play an instrument?" And she says, "Well, yeah, I do play an instrument a bit, but He said, "Well, why don't you come upstairs to our room and I can make you a pop star and all that." And she says, "No, it's all right. I don't fancy that. I don't fancy that." Now, she told me that story before he died and before any of that crap came out, right? That he tried to entice her up to his bedroom, in the hotel.
Yeah.
She then tells her her mum, right, and or a dad, and he turns around and says, "For God's sake, don't tell your nan. She loves our Jimmy."
Amazing, isn't it?
That, you know what I mean? Oh,
absolutely amazing. He
was so covered though, Jason. He was so covered up there. I worked at the BBC. I used to move pianos. I used to deliver pianos to the top of the pops to all the big shows on the BBC. I never saw Jimmy, but it was such an incestuous place. It was all jobs for the boys and stuff like that. You could tell back in those days. I even went to see some of the shows being made. I went to see the Goodies being made. You remember the Goodies?
Yeah, I remember the Goodies. Yeah.
I went to see the episode with the bloody cat. The cat jumped, on the what was that tower? Oh God, it was the tallest tower.
BT tower. Yeah.
Yeah. I went to see that one. There was another one when they did the Bellamy one. The David Bellamy. Well, grapple me, great nuts.
Oh yeah.
Old David Bellamy. Oh, they got rid of him, didn't they? Because he didn't believe in climate change.
A botanist that don't believe in climate change. Who'd have thunk it? Eh?
Yeah, he don't know fuck all about the weather, does he, mate?
No, nothing at all. I mean, what is that? How's he going to know anyway? It is how the universe works. But you used to work at the BBC. You used to go to the BBC, deliver, moving pianos.
Yeah.
And I went to the BBC to film an episode of Golden Balls. Remember that TV program?
I remember you saying that a couple of weeks ago.
And I lost, and I lost because of a bitch piano tuner, Irish piano tuner. Come on. I mean, how does that work? I mean,
it's probably because your balls weren't golden enough, Jason. Mate,
No, listen, I'm sure they fuck about with that, because what they did is they give you, you got your balls that came down that thing. They came down like a fucking spirally thing, after a thing that were turning round. But
that's right.
They must have sped that up because it was really only just moving, and balls were coming down these two pieces of doweling that had been sprayed gold.
She was probably a member of someone's family at the BBC.
But what they did is you had to put your balls onto racks, because they wanted shots of us putting balls onto racks, but we weren't allowed to look at them. We had to go off into green room. Everybody went off into green room, and then they did sort of your balls out. That's what they said they were doing, but now I reckon they were just making it. I think they were sorting your balls. They were supposed to be making them so that they were right way around, to lift it up and everything. And I thought to myself, they could be fucking doing they could be doing anything. And it just so happened that I got 2 killers on front row, right? So that's I'm dead in water, aren't I? This is on second round. I got 2 killers on front row, and up back row, I'd got a fucking 75 grand ball. And I thought, they fucking set me up. see what this cunt can do because he's a gobby fucker. Let's see if we can get out of this with fucking 2 killers. We'll give him a 75 grand ball. Anyway, it ended up being this piano tuner woman. She played me really well actually. And
nice one. I like that.
She played me really well.
And
got in before me really, and got the other one on her side on board. Like, you know what I mean? She turned it on him because she turned to him and said, "How do I know I can trust you?" And that instantly made him think, "Oh, well, I trust you." You know, it made it anyway. They trusted each. She fucking took initiative from me, and so she got through. Her and this young lad who were, I think, they were only about 20, and he were Alex Belfield's, stepson. He were a bit light on his feet, as they'd say, and he wanted to win to buy some coats for his little Yorkshire Terriers. But anyway, so when it got to final, it was split. It's split or steal, and they got 29 grand, right? 29 grand went thing, and
when was this? What year was this then?
2006.
That's quite a lot of money then.
29, right? Oh, fucking yeah. It was 20. Yeah. I'd fucking right in audience because I were out and thinking, fucking hell, fucking 29 grand sat there, and I let her fucking get in before me.
No wonder you asked for 20 grand for that fucking shitty computer.
Yeah. That was actually before that. I went Golden Balls after that because I went on Golden Balls because of that. I said I bet I can get on Golden Balls because make the link.
It's so incestuous, isn't it? Like anything like that, and they'll suddenly just grab people. Let's get this person on telly. Well,
it weren't. I mean, it were not to do with that. I didn't tell them about that. Fucking hell, I didn't want them to I didn't tell them anything about that, and there were no social media, so I didn't tell them about it at the time. But I'm sure they fucking anyway. So it's split or steal, 29 grand, and there's this Irish piano tuner woman that's fucking done me over, and then there's this young camp guy who wants some coats for his fucking Yorkshire Terriers. Tartan ones, I think he wanted, and the talking, yada yada yada, and I could see where, I could see his ball, but I couldn't see hers because I were at the angle. So when he opened it up, when they open them up and have a look to see which is split and which is steel, I could see which was split and which was steel. So when he put his hand on it, I knew what he'd gone for. Yeah, right. And so they talked about it and everything, and then. They went split or steal, and he'd gone for fucking steal, hadn't he? And he nicked it all off her. So she got rid of me, but then got done in final for 29 grand on that split or steal. It were hilarious. I mean, it's like money, isn't it?
Was that the end of your TV career, Jason?
No, I went to Weakest Link a couple of years later.
Did you?
Yeah. Come
what
second.
Was it Anne? What's her name? Anne
Robinson.
Anne Robinson.
Yeah, come second.
Did you?
Yeah, I didn't get to. You know what? The question I got wrong, I should have got right. You know what I did? I said to myself, if I get to the final, they ask me if I want to go first or second, I'm going to go second, right? Yeah. Well, when it got to final two, when it was down to us, the two of us, I was the strongest link, so I could decide whether I went first or second. And like a Burke, they just shouted it at me quickly. And like a Burke, I said first.
Yeah, they threw you, man.
And I had second. Yeah, they did. And
always go with your first instinct, your gut instinct, mate.
But that it were pre-planned. That it was just like, but I just blurted it out. I went first, and to be fair, the one that I got wrong, I shouldn't have got wrong. If anyone finds clip, it's fucking about 2008. I think it was aired in February 2008.
Oh, I'd love to see that. Well, you didn't record it.
What on?
Yeah.
No.
VHS.
VHS, but I mean, come on. What do you do with VHSs? How many of your old VHSs have you got? I think my mum and dad have got it. I think
I've still got my tape deck at the back here.
Oh well,
I've got a nice cassette deck.
well, I think Mum and Dad have got it somewhere, but I'll have to ask them. But I got one wrong that I should have got right, and I knew all of theirs, and I had one in mind that I knew that she wouldn't have known, and I knew it, but I knew she wouldn't have known it because afterwards, my dad said to me, "Fuck it," he said, "Where the fucking hell did you get that answer from?" And I said, "Well, I'd fucking heard something on fucking somewhere, and it just clicked in my mind. It were about which country had brought out a linen banknote.
Oh.
For its centenary. It's one of its centenaries.
Blimey, I wouldn't have known that, anything like that.
It were Australia, but simply by chance I'd heard it somewhere, and it just and because my dad said to me, "God, I don't know where you got that from," and I said, I just knew it. I must have heard it somewhere, and I got one wrong about fucking Margaret Thatcher.
The closest I've ever got to is maybe trying to go on Ken Bruce's. I'm quite good at pop trivia, I don't know why, but my memory, I just, stupid pop trivia, I remember. But like you, Jason, I was a DJ. I had my own little company as well, for 5 years, and then decided to retire when I hit 40. I thought, I'm getting too old for this game.
I retired at 30.
Did you?
Yeah, I retired at 30, and then then I went back when I was 34.
What were you, mobile, or were you club DJ?
No, club DJ.
I never got to be a bloody club DJ. I always wanted to try that.
Again, it were all down to, it was just pure luck. I mean, me and Heath didn't know what to do after we'd left school.
Oh, you did it with Heath? Oh, yeah.
Well, Heath taught me DJing.
Yeah. Did he?
Yeah, Heath taught me how to DJ because
How do you teach DJing? I thought it just comes to you, or it doesn't really.
I just dropped on, and I went working in holiday camps. We both went working in holiday camps, and that's why I blagged me way saying I were a DJ. See, and so he showed me how to DJ. So I DJ'd for a bit, doing
Did you have
that.
a lot of records then and stuff?
No, what? Sorry.
Would you have a lot of CDs at the time?
Yeah, records. Proper records. About 1987 when we first, 88 when we first.
Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's a lot of weight to carry around, wasn't it? Records.
Oh, fucking hell.
Jesus Christ, vinyl, man.
Yeah.
They don't know they're born now. It's all on little bloody memory sticks, isn't it?
Well, that's when I finished. I finished in 2013. That
was
when I finished. I was just taking a laptop with me.
Oh, well, was laptops just starting then?
Well, no, in 2013, laptops were. Everyone had a laptop.
No, I mean for the music. I didn't.
Well,
know.
music, yeah, pretty much, yeah. Pretty much you go onto laptops. Nobody carried CDs anymore. Most places didn't even have a CD player. So if you wanted to play a CD, you'd have to take a CD player with you. It just have a mixer, plug in and play.
I know you play Heath's music sometimes, don't you? I quite like his music.
Yeah, he's definitely got talent out of us.
Yeah, I've in lockdown I've written. I've just got back into piano because I can't read music or anything like that. But in lockdown, my partner got a piano, and because I used to know a lot about pianos and stuff like that, and used to buy them and sell them, and we decided to buy a piano in lockdown. Got this really nice six octave piano in lockdown for like 150 quid. And it was a bargain. I knew it was a bargain. The worst we had to do was travel an hour and a half down to another part of London to get it and get it back. And yeah, since in lockdown, I have to say that that was one of the things that also helped me with my mental health, was actually getting back onto the piano, because I just didn't want to fucking hear about COVID and stuff like that. And so I just started tinkering about, and now I've written like 6 tunes, and I'm actually going to go into a studio and try and record them as well now.
Heath, that's where Heath does his at home. He's got He's self-taught. I mean, he plays.
Same as me.
Plays a bit of
Same as me.
keyboard and a bit of guitar. And
That's
you know,
what I
he's
do actually, a
self-taught.
bit of keyboard and guitar, funny enough. Yeah, I've got my, I don't know if you can see my keyboard in the background actually, somewhere. There you go, yeah.
Yeah. Your organ.
Yeah,
Go on, show us
go
your
on,
organ.
Jason. Yeah, do the old joke. Go on, mate. Yeah.
Jimmy says he still buys vinyl. Yeah, well, I still use vinyl.
Yeah, I love a bit of vinyl, man. I love a bit of vinyl. You know, I've got my deck. I've got my deck over here. Look, they're down. I think down there. Look, I've got my old setup down there. You see, look, you know.
Is that a Technics? Not a Technics, is it?
It's a Technics copy. It's an Audio Technica, but it's exactly the same.
Right. Well, yeah. I've got a little one.
I've got
Here.
my old M20 Gold Mark IIs as well. They're like 30 years old. They are. They still sound as amazing now to what they did when I first got them. You know.
Kendo says he prefers vinyl. He's just bought yet another record player. Well, my record player, my camera is resting on my record player.
Is it? Let me put this down here. Let's try this somewhere different. There you go. In front of me. Yeah.
There you go. You see.
Ah, right. There you are. What record player you got there? Some old.
That's just that. It's an Audio Technica one, I think, like yours.
Oh, same.
I just I want a SL1200, but they're really fucking expensive.
Are they still expensive then?
Especially now, vinyl's made a bit of a comeback. SL1210s is probably the best you can get for money. Is probably an SL1210, but SL12
that was the Mark II, wasn't it? The 1210.
Yeah, the 1210. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you get a good on those decks, as long as you put them on a decent, something decent where they're not going near the speakers, isn't it? And you're not getting the feedback, and you've got a decent cartridge on it as well. I think they're just as good, really. You know.
Oh yeah, I know. It's just memorabilia. See, my first club job.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
My first club job were in a club called Josephine's in Sheffield, which anyone knows Sheffield who from my age will know that was like where all fucking 10 bob millionaires went, and it had a VIP bar, you know, and all footballers used to go in and stuff. So, and that was my first job. I got a job as assistant DJ, and then DJ'd in there for a while. So like I could leave my records there and everything, and it weren't. So that was my first job. That was my first club job. So and that's when I first used SL1200s. You know, we get the gears free slip mats in record shop and stuff like that.
Great decks, though, aren't they? They were great.
Oh yeah.
You know, and they felt bloody solid. But these Audio Technicas are pretty solid, aren't they?
Oh yeah, it does what it says on tin.
Yeah, exactly. I think I paid about 200 or something like that, 250 for that one. I can't remember now. I've had it for a few years now.
It's you see, the thing is with vinyl, right? Is when you put it on, you appreciate it because once you've put it on, you've committed to that. You know, if you put an album on, you've committed to that, to listening to that album. All the way through. You don't want to be taking it off and putting it to your skipping to your favorite tracks. That's what I like about vinyl. It makes you listen to things that you probably wouldn't.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true, actually. I love pulling out all my old vinyl, and you know, and you even remember where the cracks were and where it jumps.
Yeah.
Don't you? On certain albums, like I remember my ELO Discovery, one of my all-time favorite albums was ELO's Discovery album, you know, and I can remember at the end of a certain track, there's this bit and it just goes, and you always was waiting for that fucking noise, and you're thinking one day that's going to go, but it never fucking does.
Oh dear, fucking hell.
Or try, or where it would jump. You'd try putting a penny on top of it to weigh it down a little bit, to push the needle down a bit.
Oh, yeah. You can't do that, though, can you? No. I mean, it's still, well, I mean, you can't put penny. If you put penny on it, you fucking ruin needle.
I know, you just ruined the fucking needle.
No, I don't know, sod that now. Yeah, but I do remember people doing it. In fact, a fucking mate of mine had one that were like a vertical one.
Oh, that was Technics, wasn't it?
It was fucking weird, but
that was Technics. That vertical one was Technics as well, I think. Or Sharp. It might have been
used to
sharp.
fucking jump like fuck
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know, fucking
Rubbish.
vertical fucking record player.
You need to be somewhere else other than on the Death Star, Jason. You need to be up in, you know, floating around somewhere else. You know,
Floating what in, on the old.
Can you be on the SS or wherever it is or whatever it is? Yeah.
I could be in Ukraine.
Go on, yes.
Or we could be. Oh, since we're talking like this.
Yeah. Hey, now you're chatting.
There you go. That's a good one, isn't it?
There you go, mate. Yeah, yeah.
Space station.
Happy days, mate.
Happy days. You're listening to Raconteurs News on a Tuesday night. Myself and Health Freedom UK has joined me. We've gone over 2 hours, but I don't mind. We'll sit and have a chat for a while, if that's all right with you, Mr. Health Freedom UK.
Absolutely, Jason. It's Robert, by the way.
Robert, okay.
Yeah.
Robert. No, Robert. I'll call you Robert.
Yeah, yeah. I've had Rob all my fucking life.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah. Well, my wife's called Danielle, but everyone calls her Danny, but except me.
Do they?
Sorry?
Do they? They call her Danny.
Yeah, and I don't like it.
Masculine, isn't it?
Well, I don't bother about that. I just think things are. If it's shortened, the worse. You know what I mean? You don't shorten something to make it better, do you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Apart from this show, probably.
They'll be sick of us. You're probably losing people now, Jason. There's probably less viewers, mate.
Hey, listen, nobody's bothered.
Well, it makes a change from you know, someone in America being on or saying, "Please, can I come on?"
Oh yeah, he does it all the time. I'm nurturing him. See, I'm gonna create.
I heard you were, yeah. You. I thought you were going to do an interview with him.
I'm not going to do an interview with him. No.
You know, like
He's not got. No, he's not ready for that.
You know, to do a job, you know, or something, you know.
I was going to get him to do reading out chat room, you know, starring some chat stuff and just reading it out when it's at some point. I thought he'd be able to handle that, but I just didn't want him coming on and just.
He's probably going to get told off by his mum if he does that. You know.
Yeah.
He don't get out a lot, does he?
But he's out now, so
yeah, he's out. Actually, that's true. Yeah, he did pop on earlier, didn't he?
You reckon he's prom queen? Turned him into prom queen.
How are you finding your new setup downstairs now? How are you finding that?
It's all right. It's a bit of a kerfuffle because everything was all set out behind before, but I've got this.
So why did you move downstairs from upstairs? To annoy the wife? Or what?
Well, not really. It's just that since it was my wife's idea.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Since I've had lift put in, this corner of this room has been taken up with a table that we can't use because you can't get to seats. You can't use it. So what it basically were just a table that were just covered in washing and stuff like that. You know, well, that anybody got brought in got chucked on it. So. Yeah. We decided then to take table apart, and she wanted something in this corner. And really, the only thing that would fit would be this. And you know, so it's hopefully, well, it's all right. But I have to have a green screen because I've got green screen because my lift's there.
Yeah,
it used to be that.
Yeah, not that we could see your lift before, Jason. No, we couldn't see it before, could we?
No, but you know, it's a bit difficult to get in with lift down. So
yeah.
I have the green screen across. So
at least if there's a fire, you've got a better chance of getting out as well, mate. You know.
Yeah. Listen, if there's a fire, I'm getting out.
Yeah.
I can get my leg on fast.
And what about this meetup? When are we going to do this then? You know.
Yeah,
You've got the meetup to sort out. You've got the meetup to sort out. You've also got to do the Deadpool.
Oh and yeah, the Deadpool.
I've bagged George Soros, mate. That bastard.
Oh fucking hell, man! It's a bit like going for Queen, isn't it? I mean, how old is he? About 106.
Well, he's still alive though, isn't he?
Is it him that's not got a heart? Who
He
didn't have
never had
heart?
one in the first place, did he?
There were one, weren't they? Donald Rumsfeld. He didn't have heart at one time. It weren't working. He had outside an external thing.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
He had an external pump that were pumping it round, which meant he didn't have a pulse.
I thought he was a lizard or something.
Well, that fucking may be it. But yeah, there were one point because he didn't have a pulse, no heartbeat or fuck all.
Do you know what? Is it Donald? Was he the? He's not the black fella, was he?
No, that were Colin Powell.
Colin Powell, that's it. Yeah. I'm getting me.
Donald Rumsfeld was Bush's Secretary of Defence.
Donald Duck's mixed up and stuff. That's it. Yeah.
You remember he shot his mate in the face, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, they were out on a hunting trip and he shot somebody in the face, one of his mates.
That's not very nice, is it?
Yeah, he was a right fucking piece of shit, him, Donald Rumsfeld. Jesus Christ. I think he's dead now. But I think there was one bit where he didn't have heart.
A right little bastard.
Fucking fancy having no heart. I mean, literally no fucking heart. He had a pump out that would...
Yeah, I do remember that now. I remember in the days when I used to watch Alex Jones. It's Alex Jones, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember in the days before he suddenly... I stopped watching Alex Jones as soon as he started. I remember when Trump came along. As soon as he started supporting Trump, that was it. Because I went to Bilderberg in 2013. I don't know if you remember when it was over here in Watford.
Yep.
Because it was down near where I was working at the time, and I went to that. I went along to that protest. In fact, I've got a fucking InfoWars flag signed by him. Now that must be worth a few quid, mate.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, he'll probably want to fucking buy it back.
I'm just waiting for him to pop his clogs, and it'll be worth even more, I reckon.
Mahatma Malevolence thinks it was Dick Cheney that had no pulse. I can't remember. It was one or other. They're both as bad as each other anyway.
It might have been, mate. I don't know. No idea.
I stopped listening to Alex Jones in about 2010.
See, that was a problem. Well, no, because he did Bilderberg with Ike in 2013, and I went along to that, and that was all right. But again, it was that was before there was as much hype about everyone like that, and everything. But after that, as soon as he went and started supporting, Trump, that was it for me. It was like, you've shown your colours. I mean, he did wake me up to a degree. I have to say, he did wake me up to a certain degree. I know who I was going to suggest to you to have on, Jason, who I've recently discovered. Now, I don't know if any of the other guys have discovered this as well. Sheep Farm boys, sheepfarm.co.uk. They've been doing some great work on all sorts of conspiracy theories. You've got to jump on the website and just have a look and see if you can get one of them on.
Sheep Boys.
Yeah, sheepfarm.co.uk. It's a guy called Dom and his brother, and they're from Huddersfield, so you'll love them. They're a bunch of Northerners, and they're bunch of Northerners, mate, right? And they're two ex-farmers, and because that's why they call themselves Sheep Farm, and they've covered. They've had Matt Lansdowne, isn't it, who did Frankenskies? The film, the chemtrail film. Matt Lansdowne.
Oh yeah. Frankenskies.
Yeah, they've had him on. Who else? They've had the Clive de Cool. They've had him on as well. Clive's been on there. And one of them is a chef down in Cambridge, I believe. And the other one, he's running a health clinic now where he's doing IV vitamin C. He's doing all the alternative therapies, and like people who've had the tick bites and stuff like that to, he's heard about the dodgy, but Jimmy's heard about them. Yeah. Dodgy
what were I going to say? Quite a few people in chat room are we're at Bilderberg. We're at somewhere called the Grove.
Really? Yeah, the Grove. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you have on your screen, have you got a thing in top corner? It should say comments. You should be able to see comments then.
Oh, hang on. Where are we? Studio share settings, private.
No,
comments. Here we are. Yeah, got them. Yeah. I must admit, I've probably just been. I didn't want to look at them because I don't want to be distracted. Because I know it. I'm probably a bit like you. I can get easily distracted. But let me have. I can look at them. If you go on the footage of Bilderberg, you will see my ugly mug. There is. I was behind Mr. Jones when he was doing some of his speeches and holding the flag up. So.
Dean Yates said that he was straight in front of him. He wanted to punch him in the face. I mean, why go? Why go? Really? You just want to punch him in the face.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh dear.
I wouldn't want to bunt. I saw. He's a pretty big bloke, Alex Jones. And a pretty angry one at that. I wouldn't want to be on the wrong side of him.
Oh yeah. The new world order. I'm coming for you.
I'm sick of this stuff.
Mother of God, Jesus, our Lord is coming to get you. And when he does, he's going to besmirch you limb from limb. You new world order scumbags.
Also, I met who was it? Max Kaiser there. He was the crypto, the Bitcoin man, wasn't he? He was there. I remember.
Yeah.
Max Kaiser.
Old Max, yes.
Yeah.
Very dodgy.
Max, who said that Bitcoin's going to go to $100,000 by the end of last year, and it's now sitting at something like $33,000 or something like that.
Hey, it's
struggling. I know a bit about crypto. I do a bit of crypto myself. So.
Oh, do you? Oh, we got scolded by OneCoin.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. Well, and not me personally, but we had a guy on, who were doing it. He were an author, a guy called John Hamer. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
No, I've not heard of him. No.
But he's written books about. He wrote the falsification of history, and the falsification. A few books. One about Titanic. Actually, and he's been on show, and we've done shows about Titanic and about the falsification of history, the books that he's written and stuff like that. And then he asked if he can come on and talk about a crypto thing.
Yeah.
Now this crypto thing were OneCoin.
Right.
Right. I didn't know anything about crypto at all.
Right.
And I sort of steered clear.
Yeah.
But Andy, who used to be presenter, you've probably heard of him mentioned before. You were an early presenter. He was my co-presenter when we first started. It were me and Andy, and he was the main presenter, and I was sort of like.
I remember you saying about Andy. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Andy got pretty deep into it, and I think that's probably one of the reasons why he decided he wanted to pack in.
What, on the crypto?
Packing this because he'd been giving people advice, or people had been investing based on what had been said on this show, and he'd invested himself. I know he lost a lot of money out of it, but I got gifted about 120 quid's worth. But they were gifted to me, and I never did anything. Was
it a rug pull then? The guy run and then fucked off with the money.
Yeah, it was a woman, weren't it? A Bulgarian woman.
Was it? There's been a few, to be honest with you, but I mean, I personally try and invest in just Web3 stuff, which is like all decentralized stuff, so and stuff that's like the Internet of Things. I mean, I hate all these fucking smart shit, Jason. I hate it all. I don't like smart watches. I don't like anything that tracks you. But if I can make a bit of money out of the system, then I will, mate.
Yeah, of course.
I mine radio waves out of thin air, and there's why not? It makes money,
You know.
Well, yeah, of course, yeah.
You know, some people,
you know what? I don't even fucking know what we were fucking talking about. I've got lost. Oh, you were talking about all the fucking smart shit and that. Well,
yeah, Internet
I mean,
of Things, yeah.
I'm here. I've got a laptop, and I could do this. We're just basically with this laptop. But I'm old school, so I've got a mixer there that's got two computers going into it. One with virtual DJ on it, which is what I play Eve songs on.
I'm going to send you my songs when I've recorded them, so you can bore everyone out with them as well.
That one. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I can hear that. Yeah.
I couldn't hear it. But yeah, that's what I play it. So I've got a computer that plays them, which is set down to an amp and a fucking and two speakers that are essentially the ones that come back at you, so you can hear it. It coming back bouncing off a wall.
Yeah.
Monitors.
That's the fucking things. Speakers.
Yeah. Monitor speak. So that's I've got
Come
just
on,
that down here.
Talk.
So that's all. That's what I've got, and I've got my record player into it all as well. So I'm pretty old school. I don't like all that where it's fucking connected via this, that, and all that, because then you end up fucking, something goes fucking wrong, and there's no wrong with the sound of this. This sounds a lot better than when I had my USB mic in.
Yeah, my son, he's got like these stupid bloody watches, these smart watches, and they go to bed with it, and it bloody monitors them and everything. And I think, what the fuck are you doing with that? Well, I know how much I slept last night. Well, just fucking go to sleep, mate. Just say, look at what time it is, and then look what time you wake up. Then you'll know how much fucking sleep you had. But
it is stupid. It is. I don't.
I'm trying to get into the habit now where I just leave my phone downstairs.
Yeah, mine never comes upstairs. Never.
Yeah. But someone told me about do not disturb the other day, and apparently that's quite a good thing. Where you can but I never try. Even if I take it upstairs, I try and have it far enough away that I think, well, the radiation won't be that bad.
Well, listen. I just think it just. If I think to me, I think it's going to disrupt my sleep. It will disrupt my sleep. Whether it's that or not.
Jason, I know what I was going to say to you. Why don't you start a Telegram channel, maybe? So that we can share shit on Telegram.
If I knew how to make one, I'd make one.
I'll make one if you want. I think.
If anyone wants to make a Raconteurs news telegram thing, telegram thing, I'm on there. Yeah, I'm on Telegram.
It's pretty. Are you on it?
Yeah, I'm on it. Yeah.
Yeah, you just start a group. You can do it, Jason. I mean, it's your show, mate. You should start it, and you can post what you like on there as well. Like if you don't want to come on, you could send everyone a message, and then we'd all know. And then you're not using bloody Twitter or whatever it's called,
Yeah, I'll have a look at that. I'll have a look into it.
Yeah, it would be good. I mean, also you can just share stuff, and maybe it's something that we could then discuss in the future, or for future shows or something. But yeah, going back to my original point, the Sheep Boys would be a good guest to have on, man.
Yeah, good. Well, I'll have a look at them, and if I'll have a look and I'll see what they've got to say and see if they're available.
Northern, mate. You'll love them. They sound like you.
I'll talk to anybody. I'll fucking talk to anybody. But there's some people I'm not bothered about talking to. I won't pursue to talk to. You know what I mean?
We will need to meet up, though. You're right. You said a couple of weeks ago, you're going to do a meet up or something.
Yeah, I'm good. At some point, it's just how what sort of location would it be, and how will people get there and stuff. So it's quite a bit of logistics,
Yeah, well, the only thing you could do is you could, maybe just try and I don't know. I mean, where's most people? I don't know. Maybe just do somewhere central England. I don't know.
We'll see. I'll do something.
It'd be great, wouldn't it? Everyone can put their face to the name and what have you.
Yeah, and everyone say hello to each other. And
Yeah, exactly.
Newbie
Cool.
probably won't be able to come because she's in she's in Sweden.
Yeah, yeah. But again, we could get them on the Telegram chat or something. You see?
Yeah, okay.
You know, so there's always people. You know, there's always where there's a will, there's a way, isn't there? You know.
Debt is void. I'm a Catholic. There's a desktop app for Telegram. Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'll start.
yes, I've got the desktop app actually. I use that as well.
Right, because somebody said that it's best for mobiles, but I've got it on mobile. But I only got it because Heath were moving. Didn't want to use WhatsApp, and it's basically Heath I talked to. But I've just joined. I know you can do groups because I've just joined one. That's some people around here, close to where I am.
Yeah,
they're in a group. In fact, I was going to go down and meet them on Sunday, but I didn't go because they were going to go walking. And you know, with my prosthetic, I'm not very good at going on long walks, so I bottled it a bit. I bottled it, but I'm going to get down next time.
Mate. I wouldn't say you bottled it. It's a bit difficult for you, isn't it? You know.
I'm going to go down and meet them. They do a thing called Stand in the Park.
Oh yeah, I heard. Wasn't it that dragon that started that? What's her name? Oh, someone will say it on the thing. One of the Dragon's Den people, Rachel. Someone. She started that. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah. Some woman called. Someone would say it on. I'm sure on the chat. Rachel McClough or something like that. I think if I recall it. But she started Stand in the Park, and it's a really good. I think that was a really good thing. You know, that's where the so-called like-minded people were getting together in the lockdown, just to have a basic chat and stuff. And talk to fellow non-sheep.
But they still do it. See, so there's a park down. This is where I was going to meet them. So if they're going to go down next week, I'll go down and meet them.
Thanks, Spotless. Yeah, that's it. Rachel, is that Elna?
Elno.
Yeah, Rachel Elna. Yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Yeah, she was a former Dragon's Den, wasn't she? And it was.
Nice I don't know. I don't watch. I've not watched.
Yeah, she was one of the Dragon's Den people that would invest in other people. She was quite a successful businesswoman, and suddenly she, she's like she didn't want to know any of it. Once she sussed that the world was being run by psychopaths, she stepped outside it and started trying to use her own skills as a businesswoman to bring people together. And Stand in the Park was one of the really big success things that came out of the lockdown. So yeah, that was a good thing. Stand in the Park. I never went to any over here though. I mean, I don't know. I'm not. The thing I worry about things like that is that is about making. If you want to be quiet and you want to be in the background, I always worry about groups being infiltrated by agent provocateurs.
Listen, I used to run a group. We used to run a group back in 2013, me and Aid, and we used to do meets every first Tuesday of the month.
Right.
And we got quite big. There were about 50 of us turning up, and we had one come, an agent provocateur, and Aid introduced me to him. Aid had met him at Ian Crane talk, because Aid I'd just woke AD up essentially, and he were really giddy for it. And he wanted to know everything. He were into everything, and he'd been to an Ian Crane talk, and he'd met this bloke, and this bloke had come to one of our meetings. And after that, he introduced me to him, and he called himself John Bravo, and he couldn't. I said to AD afterwards, I said, he's a fucking wrong 'un. He says, oh, no, he's not. He's Mr. I think it was Lawful Rebellion. He says, look, he's Mr. Lawful Rebellion. He's yada. I said, look, he's a fucking wrong 'un. Anyway, he made an end to the fucking. We had a great venue. We've got about 50 people coming. We've got speakers. I got Tony Farrell up speaking. a couple of times. You remember Tony Farrell?
No, I've not heard of him.
You've not heard of Tony Farrell? Tony
No.
Farrell, I've interviewed him a couple of times. He's a bit elusive now, but he was the right. Let me just get this right. He was South Yorkshire Police as principal intelligence analyst, right? So that was his title. So he was South Yorkshire Police principal intelligence analyst. So he were an analyst for police. And what they did is sort of like back in after 2007, after 7/7, the South Yorkshire Police asked him to write a report because terrorism were high on lists of everything. Because 7/7 had been happened, and then a year later, they said to him, right, we need you to write a report that makes a case for us having more money to prevent terrorism, right? So he wrote a report that said, now we don't need any more money. There's no such thing as terrorism. It's all government. Which got him sacked.
Well, I'm not surprised.
Obviously.
That's like me saying in the NHS that you don't need, pharmaceutical drugs.
I mean, we're talking about a pretty high up position. This, I mean, principal intelligence analyst.
It's
for
not going to
South
go
Yorkshire
down well,
Police.
is it? It's not going to go down well. He obviously wasn't one of the brothers, Jason.
No, he wasn't. No, but he went on to do loads of. I had him talking. He went on to do loads of different things, but he's a bit elusive at the moment. But really interesting bloke. If you look for a film called Hillsborough Ripple Effect, you might find it.
Hang on, wasn't that the 7/7 thing, Ripple Effect?
No, 7/7 Ripple Effect. That was John Anthony Hill, Muad'Dib. Now, he's now best mates with Tony Farrell. I had Muad'Dib and Tony Farrell on my back garden having a cup of tea.
Did you?
Yeah, they knocked on my. They'd been over to somewhere near here after it all came out about Hillsborough. They'd gone to serve some papers on a copper, and they turned up here, and it got because Muad'Dib thinks he's God, right?
No, I didn't actually.
Well, yeah, and
I just knew he was a Muslim. I knew he was a Muslim. That's all I know.
No, he thinks he's God. He's God, right?
I thought that was who was that other journalist who thinks he's Jesus? Who's that? Who keeps threatening to come on your show? What's his name?
Shayla.
Yeah, Michael Shayla. Yeah.
No, David Shayla.
David Shayla. Sorry.
Yeah, well, Muad'Dib did 7/7 Ripple Effect.
That Ripple Effect woke me up, Jason.
I know it. Good film. Film.
Because I've got Luton. It was Luton boys, right? And I'm in Bedfordshire. I was living in bloody Dunstable at the time, and it was like Luton was just up the road. And of course, when that first came out, I thought, fucking hell, those bastards, they blew up. As soon as I saw that bomb underneath, that was it. The way that it ripped underneath the carriage, and there was no way that it was. And those guys used to go to the House of Parliament and everything. They were so stitched up, weren't they?
Oh yeah, yeah. But you see that guy, he came. So him and Tony Farrell and two of Muad'Dib's disciples.
Oh, he's got disciples as well.
He had disciples, right? Two Scottish blokes who stood one on each side of him like fucking bodyguards. And they kept calling him fucking master and all this shit. Honestly, this is on my back garden. And he asked me to make him a cup of tea, right? Yeah. So, I offered a cup of tea. I offered everyone a cup of tea. And the two disciples wouldn't take one. Tony had one, right? And Muad'Dib, he had a bowl, a cup of hot water, right? And he got a tea bag and he dipped it in once and took it out. And that was his tea. It was fucking weird as one of the fucking most surreal things, right? And he's got these fucking blokes here calling him, referring to him as the great master and our Lord and fucking our Savior and all this sort of shit.
They got to him,
No, I don't think so. I think that's genuinely what he thinks. I believe he thinks that's what he is.
And he's still about, is he, Modi?
Yeah, he's still about. Yeah, he's jartruth.net. I think his site. Still, I don't think it's been updated for a couple of years though.
Yeah.
I don't know where. You see, I last spoke to Tony Farrell about it must be 3 years ago, and he were in Gibraltar, but he wanted me to be really secretive. He didn't want me to ever tell. He didn't want me to tell anybody that we're in Gibraltar. But it's 3 years ago, so he's probably not even there now. So but he were in Gibraltar and they were serving some papers on Gibraltar police. Tony Farrell ran for police and crime commissioner in South Yorkshire. I mean, this guy. There's loads of interviews on my back on Raconteurs News. Loads. I've done I did one on Hillsborough with him because he had a really interesting Hillsborough theory, and he did Hillsborough ripple effect. So
Hillsborough was the fire, yeah.
No, Hillsborough was the crush at Sheffield Wednesday's ground.
Sorry,
my
the
team's
crush.
ground.
Yeah, I was getting that confused with the Liverpool game, wasn't I? I'm getting that confused with the Liverpool game.
No, the Liverpool game was the crush.
Oh, it was the crush. Sorry,
at Hillsborough. Yeah.
What was the fire? What was the bloody
fire with Bradford?
Bradford. That's it. Yeah. So they reckon that crush was all a bit dodgy. Then it was.
Well, if you go over main points, the year before had been the exact same game. It was semi-final FA Cup. It was Nottingham Forest against Liverpool.
Yeah.
And the guy that ran the operation had checkpoints where people had to present the tickets, like leading from down to the ground. So people had to stop and show the tickets at different places, so to make sure nobody got in without tickets.
Yeah.
And everything had gone off okay. Although there had been problems in previous years.
Yeah.
But the year before it was the same game, and this bloke who were in charge had done this complete operation, and it was great. So the following year, when they get the exact same game at the exact same time, it's semi-final FA Cup in the same venue, they put a guy in to lead the operation, David Duckenfield. They put him in charge of the operation, and he knows nothing about football at all.
His name was Duckenfield.
Duckenfield, yeah. David Duckenfield, yeah, exactly. And so they put him in charge of this operation. He knows nothing. He even gets one of the team's names wrong, right? So he says Nottingham. He says some Nottingham Rangers or something fucking daft. And he knows note about football, and he doesn't fucking do nowhere near as good a job. And there's no checkpoints. There's fuck all. People just turn up essentially, and he's just like got this mass policing, and that's what they reckon. According to Tony Farrell, he thinks that South Yorkshire Police made it happen, and they made it happen on orders. I think there was some Thatcher were really wanting at football fans, hooligans. So they want, and I think his theory is that they did it by design, but it went wrong. There were only supposed to be a few injuries, I think.
So it was a problem, reaction, solution.
Yeah. So there were only supposed to be a few injuries, but it went wrong and people died. And he talks about somebody telling him, one of the coppers when he was at South Yorkshire Police, one of the coppers that was there at the time said that they went in, and the match commander on the day, a guy called Peter Jackson, was underneath one of the tables crying. They were all trying to sort out this problem. They knew there were a problem, obviously, because it was going off as it was happening. And in the police box, he was quivering under the table, this Peter Jackson. And the theory is that they got Duckenfield because they knew that he'd fuck it up, and they wanted some incident, so that because they wanted All-Seater Stadium. And Bertie McGee, who was president of the FA at that time, wanted All-Seater Stadium because his plastic company were providing the chairs. So they were providing the plastic seats. So this is all Tony Farrell. This is conjecture from Tony Farrell. I'm just repeating it. It's obviously not it's it's not fucking word for word, but
it's not word for all black and white.
But this is there were other tentacles that you see it helped with Thatcher, because Thatcher had a war on football fans. She hated football hooligans. I think she's sort of like, because she'd had with miners back in 80s. Any sort of dissent and hooligans and stuff like that needed to be fucking crushed. Literally.
My partner's got her friend was on the Beirut plane that got that landed in and was taken hostage for 6 months. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think I vaguely 70s.
Yeah, in the 70s, late 70s. Yeah, and Thatcher knew about that, and there was 6, and this is all coming out now because there's been a book written on it, and there was 6 as the plane was about to take off. There was 6 special forces people got on the plane just as it was about to take off. Now they knew they were going to get kidnapped, and Thatcher knew they were going to go, and it was basically a suicide mission for an excuse to cause more trouble.
Yeah,
Colin Moynihan, right? Okay. Oh, it was Colin Moynihan.
Yeah, he was. He was
horrible.
Sports minister. Yeah,
well, Colin Moynihan, I remember.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Webby. Thatcher did hate Liverpool because Liverpool were the one place she couldn't crack.
Yeah, and she fucking destroyed all the mines, and now we fucking need them, mate, don't we?
Exactly, we need fucking everything, but we've get it all the way. It's when you see fucking price increases, and you realise that the energy suppliers in this country the one who owns the whole grid is French, and the fucking French have just put a 4% cap on the price rises in France. Yes, so now we're paying for France's fucking energy.
It's all of this. All of this is all about just trying to, bring us into, global collapse of the currencies, mate. That's why I've learned about cryptos, Jason. Because honestly, look at these poor bastards, right, with their rubles in Russia. They've woken up one day, and now their 99 rubles is worth 1 ruble, and you've got banks collapsing. And all because they can't get to their money. If they'd had Web3, decentralized crypto money, they would have had a better chance of being able to survive. And that's what we need now. We need decentralized worlds. The whole problem with the world at the moment is it's run by fucking centralized governments that all point to the same pyramid, doesn't it? We all know, the same old families, the same old bunch that run it or try and run it.
Well, I'm of the opinion that I'm of the mindset that it's fucking. I don't, getting into crypto and looking into future. I don't look into future. I'm living it. You know what I mean? Rather than. I'm trying to.
Right, a lot of people keep defending money, right? And cash. Oh, you want to buy a bit of weed, you've got to have some cash. And I understand that perfectly, right? But if you've got £1,000 right now in a bank account, how much is that devaluing, right? As the prices of my favourite coffee is going up. 6 months ago, I bought 10 packets for £1.25. My nice organic coffee from Morrison's. It's now £2.25. Now, so what's happening to your savings, right? It's devaluing each time, right?
Yeah.
So,
if you've got any fucking savings.
If you've got any fucking savings, they can have my fucking overdraft, mate. But if you've got decentralized cryptocurrencies and privacy coins as well, this is what people don't talk about. Forget all this fucking Bitcoin shit. But if you've got privacy coins, that can't be tracked either. So it's harder for people to try and say, wait, you owe us a bit of tax here, you know. But your £1,000, or if you've got or £100 in a bank account, A, it's not earning any interest, and B, as prices keep going up, the value of your money is going down. And the reason they're doing this, like this stupid proxy war that's going on, right, is because they want to bring in their own central digital currencies, Jason. They're going to get rid of fucking cash anyway, mate, right? They're going to bring in central digital currencies. You know, they're going to have bollocks like Bitcoin. And it will be like, we're going to give you digital currencies. They'll crush the internet down for a day. It will cost 50 billion. They'll say, we're all fucked, right? This cyber polygon, right? They had it on the World Economic Forum website. It's all been taken down now, mate. They don't want people remembering that they warned you about this. You know how they tell you what they're about to do, and then they bloody do it, you know? So they want to bring in their own central digital currencies, so everyone then can be tracked and traced. And that's why it doesn't matter how much you love cash, mate, right? Cash will become fucking worthless in the end. And that's why decentralized privacy coins like Monero, like Pirate Chain, and other things, you only have to go on these and look up on these webs, sites like CoinGecko, and look up what are privacy coins and stuff. That's the thing that, you know, all right, you know, you can buy them and they might go down, but eventually the system wants to work with them. There are a lot of companies that are still working with them and need this technology. The system needs this technology to be working, not just central digital currencies, but it needs decentralized currencies as well. And it's a very complicated thing. I'm an old git. I've only learnt about it in the last year, but I'm trying to just keep up with it, Jason, you know, but I know that there's no future really in cash. You know, it's a great, you know, exchanging some sort of currency, not necessarily money, like exchanging your skill, you know, exchanging your skill for something. You know, I go every Wednesday, I drive a lad to Stevenage Football Club to do his football training, you know. And I do, and his dad's a butcher. I get some meat every Wednesday. You know, I don't ask for it. I do it as a favour, but he can't do it, and he gives me a bit of meat. You know, that's a form of currency exchange. Fair exchange.
Bartering.
Yeah, fair exchange is no robbery, Jason.
No, but it can't be taxed either.
And it can't be taxed, mate. You know, but that's where we're going. You know. Growing vegetables and selling them, you know, when things get hard and when they're so expensive in the shops, but they're cheaper, you know, to go and get them around the corner from someone who's got an allotment. That's where we're going, I think, mate. I really do. You know, I think that's where we're going to go eventually. Is your current cash will just disappear, you know, because how they're going to tempt the sheep, right? What they're going to do with these central digital currencies, they're going to go, right, we're going to give you, instead of your cash, right, we're going to give you an extra £500 a month, right, to as a central digital currency, as a Bitcoin, right? And you'll go, oh, lovely jubbly, right? Do you want £500 in cash, or would you like £1,000 of central digital currencies? What's most of the sheep are going to say, Jason?
Well, obviously, the £1,000.
Right, I'll have £1,000. Lovely. Okay. 6 months later, right? They stop people. People are now not using as much cash. Then what they say is, right? Oh, you know that £1,000 is now going to be just 750. Then 6 months later, it's 500. And and by then people have forgot to use cash, right?
You see. If this what you're saying is true, and listen, I'm not disputing it.
I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying it's just it could go that way.
Fucking hell! You've made me forget my question. No, I was going to say
that doobie.
Right, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. If what you're saying is true, and this is where it's going, they've just missed a real big open goal, haven't they? Because they could have said that cash spread COVID.
They were doing that one. Why do you think they got all these shops saying, no, I don't want any cash? What, you didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that. No, but you see, I weren't out much during lockdown. See,
it was happening all the time, Jason. No, I went into a few places. No, well, I'm not accepting cash here. Honestly, I had it, mate. Right, and then what they'll do is, then they'll tell you, oh, your central digital currency. I mean, look up Bitcoin. It's official, mate. It's coming. Bitcoin is coming, not Bitcoin, Bitcoin. Right. Again, it will just be another currency. Then what they'll do is they'll say, right, you've got to spend that money within 1 month. Then they'll say, by the way, Robert, we don't like your political views. We're going to take away your ability to have central digital currencies. And then you're fucked.
Sanctions,
mate. We don't like your political views. Just like they didn't like my views in the NHS. So they sanctioned me and told me to fuck off. You know, if you speak, it's all about getting rid of free speech.
Someone just accused you of having Illuminati curtains.
I have fucking got Illuminati curtains. What do you mean? Of course they are. They're fucking great.
Oh dear, I don't even know what that fucking means.
I'm gonna get well, it's the checkerboard, isn't it? It's the checkerboard. Now they need to be black and white.
Yeah, that's not a checkerboard. That's
not fucking checkerboard.
It's plaid, isn't it?
Hang on, look, I've got a nice globe. Who wants to want to call me a globe head? Anyone? I've got a nice globe there. It was a nice 50th present, you know. In fact, that globe made me think about the fucking shape of the earth. So there you go.
Excellent. There you go. I'm sure it was just in jest. I don't think anybody thinks you've really got Illuminati curtains.
I don't give a fuck what they think. What you think?
Do they sell them at fucking Dunelm? Is it? Did you have?
I think they were Dunelm ones. You know, I think they were a Dunelm curtain.
You see, I know a curtain. I know my curtains.
Yeah. You get them in different colours, Jason.
Say that again. Sorry.
You can get them in different colours, mate.
Oh yeah, curtains, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
you can have what you want. I've got black ones. What does that mean? It means I'm not racist. Someone accused me of being racist after tonight.
No, sorry, you said the word black there. Sorry.
If someone accuses me of being racist tonight, I say, how can I be racist? I've got black curtains.
I love your Pidgin news. I can't believe that Pidgin news, man.
It's good, isn't it?
I'm not going to do it here, but I do ring my son. I do a little recording of Pidgin news, and I do it in the accent. You know. I do like a bit of Pidgin news. So does my son when I do it to him. He says I sound a bit scarily real. You know, so.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely it's an eye opener, isn't it? The old Pidgin news. I like doing it every so often.
I like pointing out to people this is what their license is paying for.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I thought it were a joke when I first saw it.
When you told me that, I discovered it on your show. When I thought that was a joke.
Yeah,
I really thought that was a joke.
Because it is. It's got, it is, isn't it? It really is a joke that people are paying the license fee. Old people, they're going for over 75s so that they can keep fucking BBC Pidgin open. So that when they wham dim dee wham da.
It's just about dumbing people down, mate. Isn't it? I mean, it's not exactly saying that you're really intelligent, with your writing skills and your reading skills, is it?
Well, I don't fucking know. I think it's some sort of lingo. I think it's a lingo that they use. You know what I mean?
I think it isn't old. That it is genuine. There is some sort of realism to it. It's called Pidgin. There is a Pidgin English, isn't there, or something like that?
Yeah. People say that when people are talking sort of like a few words are English and then bits are gibberish, they call it Pidgin English, don't they? Yeah, and I think that's what that is. It's a few words and then gibberish.
Yeah, it is. But you just have to imagine it in their accent. In that type of accent.
You can't read it any other way.
Honestly, you can't. If you try and read it normally, it doesn't sound right, and it's hard to make sense of.
Oh dear me! Only on this show, eh? You're only on this show. You find us BBC Pidgin. You'd even know what it is that it exists.
I love it, mate. You've
Oh
got
dear.
you've got to keep it as a regular slot, Jason. You've got to keep it as a regular slot.
Yeah, I don't want to overdo it too much, but yeah, I will be playing it a couple of times a month. I suppose.
At least once a month, you got to do a bit of Pidgin. Do you reckon we've talked enough bollocks now? Should we fuck off to bed?
Well, yeah. If
well, not you and I. You know, if you say, well, not in a homosexual way or anything like that. You know.
It'd be a bit fucking far, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You're already in Bedfordshire anyway. You don't.
Oh, very good. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I do that line. I'm off to Bedfordshire. Yes.
And just walk outside.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's it. Yeah.
Right, we will do then. Thanks for coming on, Rob.
Well, cheers, Jason.
You're welcome.
It's been emotional.
Wendy am din umba swimming
Maybe
pool.
One day we talk again.
Yeah, we will. Thanks for coming on, Rob. Robert,
Cheers,
yeah, sorry. God,
oh, fuck off. Stop worrying about it.
I'm not worrying about it. Right, I'll be back on Friday. Don't forget, next Tuesday, it's Ben Emily Jones is going to be coming on. And thanks to everyone who's been in the chat room.
Cheers, everyone in the chat room.
Yep, it's always all good in there. And I've noticed tonight that some people, I didn't even know YouTube did that. I'll see if I can get rid of that. But I didn't know that it did it. I've seen it tonight. Right, so I'll see you on Friday night, 9:30. Don't be late.
Ta-da.